has had his season tickets revoked by the team. Colorado two-way star Travis Hunter, who we just talked about, named the AP College Football Player of the Year. Wide receiver Teteroa McMillan of Arizona, a projected top 10 pick, is entering the 2025 NFL Draft. LeBron James not expected to play tomorrow against the Timberwolves because of his foot injury.
You know what?
Dan Mullen going to be the new head coach at UNLV. And guys, the big story of the day is Bill Belichick introduced as the new head coach at the University of North Carolina. This was Belichick earlier.
I always wanted to coach in football, coaching college football. It just never really worked out. I had some good years in the NFL, so that was okay. This is really kind of a dream.
Put a lot of effort into making it feel.
Just, if you want to make sure, I guess 1 point ball game probably won't end up in a tie in 1.2 seconds, but
at participating graduates.
Got to get in on this deal. Go to graduatebyhilton.com. That's graduatebyhilton.com. Book your stay, and like we said, up to 20% off January 5th.
Go to graduatebyhilton.com.
Our thanks to Rapid Radio, the official communication.
Yeah, we can break out any time in this break, so.
Okay. Talkies.
Please say over when you finish talking. Over.
They help us communicate from all across the nation.
Rapid Radio. Over.
The official communication device of Fox Sports.
Okay.
Big news. Rob Schmidt just beat CNN in the ratings. Yeah, it's true. Newsmax's #1 host, Rob Schmidt, just had a bigger audience than CNN during any hour of the day. That really is big. Millions of Americans like you are making the switch to Newsmax. They're getting the real facts, no BS and no spin, just the truth. Even President Trump says he's watching Newsmax. You should too. Rob Schmidt and Newsmax are on all major cable systems. YouTube TV just added us. If your system doesn't carry Newsmax, just call them and cancel. Go to getnewsmax.com and we'll help you find a new carrier. 40 million Americans watch Newsmax. Find out why. Go to getnewsmax.com and start watching. Newsmax is real news for real people like you.
Two pros and a cup of joe.
The best of the best.
Okay. Ball on Z92.
In my book, we're going to be winners.
With the call of tonight's game,
The champ is here.
Here's Tyler Riggs.
What time is it?
Welcome to Boomer Fieldhouse. I'm Eric Scott here with the first Woodward Boomer game of the 2024 Woodward High School Winter Classic. I am filling in tonight on play-by-plays. Tyler's over on the road to the top as he is covering Sealing and Willeka tonight in the state championship game down in Edmond. And joining me tonight is going to be Chris Godwin on color commentary tonight. The Boomer girls are going to start with Guymon. And these are the last two games of the day. Typically, you have 8 tournament games, but because of a rule, liberal girls and boys varsity teams, they're able to advance because they're unable to play a JV team in a countable game. So they advance, and they're going to play, starting on the girls' side here, they are going to play Elk City. Elk City won their game today, 62-17. So Liberal and Elk City, they're going to play tomorrow at 3:20 in the winners bracket game. And the Woodward JV team, they are going to take on Enid JV tomorrow at 10 a.m. right here in Boomer Fieldhouse. The other game today in the girls bracket was Yukon against the Liberal JV team, and Yukon won that pretty easy, 73-12. So they advanced to play the winner of tonight's game between the Woodward Boomers and the Tigers. And let's see, and the Liberal JV will play the loser of tonight's game tomorrow at 12:40. So kind of looking at the Woodward Boomer team tonight, they're 0-3 on the season after falling the other night to Anadarko on Tuesday, 60-30. Lexi Mendel had a big game. Briley Douglas Fisher, Bailey Nelson also had a big game. They had the three combined for 26 of the 30 points, 9 for Douglas Fisher and Nelson, and 8 for Mendel. Limiting the turnovers and continue to fight hard tonight for rebounds is going to be the key to tonight's game as they go into the tournament and hopefully get their first win of the year. Chris, as we go into tonight, kind of looking back on the first 3 games of the season, what do you want to see tonight out of the Boomers?
Just kind of find that chemistry, that mix that the team has really, I think, been searching for. Obviously we want to see a little bit better finishing when it comes to free throws, and as we get near the bucket, we want to be able to get the rebound and put it to our advantage. So tonight, just look for the chemistry of things, and then be a little bit more clinical in finishing the bucket.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the big thing. Talking to Coach Moore and Lexi Mendel and Bailey Nelson yesterday during the Boomer Coaches show was, there was a lot of talk about chemistry, but there was also talk about those other small things like, converting on free throws, getting rebounds, things like that. So I think that is a key for the Boomers tonight to have a chance to get this victory. Looking at the Guymon Tigers, they're 1-1 on the year. They lost Tuesday night to El Reno, 56-32. That last season they were 15-11 in their last year as a 5A team. So when they go into regular season, as they're in regular season play, they actually have a district they have to compete in. It's 5A and 6A in Oklahoma have districts. They fell last year in the Tulsa, in the Altus area. I never realized how close those two look whenever you look on paper, Altus and Tulsa. They're led by head coach Tyler Chapman, who's been a mainstay for Guymon. He's a great developer and a leader and a coach. They're led by Araceli Argonias. I believe that's how you say her name. She's the lone senior in the starting lineup, and she'll look to take things and lead the Tigers this season. Overall, they're a young team with just 3 seniors on the roster, and they're lacking some of the size, and that's where the Boomers might have an opportunity tonight, get a little bit of advantage with the way Caitlin Culp has been playing. They're not as big as they have been in previous years, but they do have Taz. Is it Taz or Tess? I can't find her here on the roster now.
Are we talking about Guymon, or are we talking about?
We're talking about Guymon.
Oh yeah. Tess Faye. Or no, I'm sorry, that's on the boys.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing it on the roster. All right, well, we got a new name. So, but they definitely have some girls to look out for. They're always going to be athletic, but I think this is a great opportunity for the Boomers to get their win. So, there's about seven minutes left to go before this game tips off between the Boomers and the Guymon Lady Tigers. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
For more than a century, Bank of Western Oklahoma has stood by our communities, understanding the unique culture and values that make Western Oklahoma special. As a locally owned and operated bank since 1908, we're not just bankers, we're your neighbors. We've seen generations grow, businesses flourish, and farms thrive. And we've been there every step of the way. Trust in a bank that shares your roots and works as hard as you do. Bank of Western Oklahoma, member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Boomer Fieldhouse. I'm Mary Scott. 6:15 to go here in the pregame between this first round matchup between the Woodward Boomer girls and the Guymon Lady Tigers here at the WHS Winter Classic, the 2024 edition. Pioneer unleash tomorrow's potential with Pioneer Fiber Internet and get speed and reliability. Surf, stream, and stay connected with Pioneer Fiber. Jesswell Chevrolet and Shattuck, where honesty is not just a word, it's how they drive every deal. JesswellChevy.com or call them at 580-938-2122. And Bank of Western Oklahoma goes beyond banking no matter where you're at. Bank of Western Oklahoma is always close. Find a location near you, bankofwesternoklahoma.com, and they'll be our players. Kind of looking back the other night, Lexi Mendel was the Boomer girls Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game. And then High Plains Tire. Visit High Plains Tire at 220 Main Street. It's where your dollar goes further. Stumbling all over myself tonight. So, again, the winner of this game between the Boomers and the Lady Tigers, they will advance to play UConn tomorrow. That will be a 6 o'clock game right here at Boomer Fieldhouse. It will be a full slate of games tomorrow. Like I said, the Woodward JV, they're going to play Enid JV tomorrow at 10 a.m. And this is just looking at the girls bracket at 12:40. The other consolation game will be the loser of this game versus the Liberal JV right here, Boomer Fieldhouse. And again, 6 o'clock, the winner of this game will take on the third girls game of the day will be Elk City versus Liberal at 3:20. So, Chris, as far as, you've been around here for a while, actually longer than I have, and what does bringing this tournament, the Oil Center Classic, what's that mean for Woodward High School and the community of Woodward?
Well, we host a few tournaments here, and we even get into some small school activities, when Leedy and all them stuff come up for the Oil Center, and later on with Class B tournaments. But the Winter Classic, it was thrown, I think this is probably the 4th or 5th Winter Classic event, and it just kind of gives the players a great opportunity to, one, be at home early in the season, right before we go off for Christmas break, and they do all their things. It kind of gives them a chance to get comfortable and get some reps in, get some games in here. I'm happy to see some of the teams that travel to make it here. I mean, it's great to see teams like UConn committing to a tournament such as ours, and even making that drive, kind of somewhat making an even playing field, because I'm UConn alumni, and I can tell you, when I was in UConn, I never heard of a place called Woodward, and so they're expanding their horizons and getting familiar with all the parts of Oklahoma.
Well, that's one thing. That's all. Yeah, I know it makes it a little bit tougher for Mr. Norton and the administration and those who put on the tournament to get people to come out here. It's a little bit tough. I know Alva in the past, with the Alva tournament, which is going on right now, they've had to pay teams just to come up there. And tournaments is a great opportunity to really make some money for booster clubs and things like that.
I agree. The one thing that I'll talk about on tournaments, that I look for is to diversify the competition. One key element for me as a coach is to give my players the best opportunity to prepare for the games that actually matter later on down the road. And whenever you can put yourself into a pool or to a situation where you're playing teams that you would never ever see otherwise, or maybe you're trying to get into a level of competition that might raise the bar for your team and test you to see where you're at, that's why I entered the tournaments. And I would assume that putting something like this together, it draws a lot of interest into visiting Woodward, but at the same time, I think from a coaching standpoint, it helps us see the variety of play styles, variety of players, and really exposes some areas that maybe we need to work on or sharpen as we move forward.
Yeah, I know a tournament like this for Woodward it benefits Woodward not only financially as far as getting fans and stuff like that come in, but these teams now instead of being on the road and having to pay for hotels for three different tournaments. Woodward, it's hard to get anywhere where you can drive back and forth, like a lot of teams in the state can. So, they're going to stay in hotels, and this being able to host a tournament, they're getting to play on their home floor. They're getting 3 more games on their home floor than they would normally get on the schedule. Is huge, and it saves a little bit of money as well. So we got about a minute left here, and I believe not sure if we're going to get national anthem. I know they did national anthem earlier today.
Yeah, I believe that normally we just kind of play the national anthem, and that was good for the day. And so we'll jump right into.
Yeah. And it looks like the girls are taking off their warm-up tops. Boomers are going to be in their home whites, while Guymon is going to be in their road black uniforms with orange outlines and white lettering and numbers. Boomers have black lettering and numbers with gold outlines. So, and we're going to turn it over for hopefully get the starting lineups for the Woodward Boomers and the Lady Tigers. All right, and there is your starting lineups for the Boomers and the Lady Tigers tonight. For the Lady Tigers is number 3, Adalia Valdez. She's Ali Vasquez. She's a 5A junior. Number 10. How did you say that? You're the one who said it right the first time.
I believe it's Araceli.
Araceli.
Yeah.
Aragonez.
Yeah.
She's a 5'2 senior. Number 30, Brooklyn Tuttle. She's a 5'8 junior. And number 31, Vivian Castillo. She's a 5'5 junior. And for the Boomers, you have Lexi Mendel. She's a 5'10 junior. Ava Miller. She's a 5'7 junior. Taylor Floyd. She's a 5'6 sophomore. Riley Douglas Fisher, 5'9 senior. And Bailey Nelson, a 5'6 sophomore. And your tip, Riley Douglas Fisher wins the tip. She tips it back to Ava Nelson. We're underway. Nelson brings the ball across the timeline to the right side to Taylor Floyd, who goes back up to the top of the key to Lexi Mendel. Mendel back to Floyd on the right wing. Floyd dribbles around trying to. She dumps it off to Riley Douglas Fisher, back out to Lexi Mendel over to the left. Off the left wing. Comes down with the rebound. So Valdez brings the ball up, being guarded by Riley Douglas Fisher. Briley playing great defense. She forces her, pass it off back to Valdez. Valdez at the top of the key. She dumps it off to Tuttle. Tuttle gets it back out to Vasquez. Vasquez hands it back to Valdez. Valdez is going to run this offense, and I think everything is going to go through her tonight. So they're going to swing it around to Tuttle. Tuttle on the left wing. She's back up to the top of the key. Aragonez. Aragonez passes the right wing, 3-point shot by Castillo, no good, but the Lady Tigers come up with the rebound as Valdez gets the offensive board. That's one thing that the Boomers have struggled this year, was pulling down those defensive boards and allowing second chance opportunities. So the Lady Tigers run their offense again, pass it around, and Castillo passes underneath, and it is stolen by Riley Douglas Fisher. Douglas Fisher brings it down court. She finds Castillo, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. Looked like the ball may have gone off Bailey Nelson. So in the far corner from the broadcast position, Vasquez is going to throw the ball in, and she finds Valdez at the top of the gate. She will set up the offense with 6:13 to go. No score here at Boomer Fieldhouse. Tuttle with the ball. She swings it over to Valdez. Valdez dumps it inside to Vasquez, and she is going to be fouled. And I think they're going to call this foul on the floor. Oh, what they call her with an offensive foul? So that they call her. I believe she's hooking maybe.
Yeah, and it just looked like that's the official signal. That it just looked like it was a legal wraparound.
So that's her first personal for the Lady Tigers here in the first quarter. Boomers get the ball down court. Bailey Nelson on the left side of the floor. She tries to dribble in and she stops. So she gets it back up. Now Lexi Mendel from the right wing is no good. Briley Douglas Fisher pulls down the rebound and she gets a second chance opportunity. As she goes up to make a pass, Valdez knocks the ball back down to her, and then Briley standing out of bounds. So turnover for the Boomers. Lady Tigers bring the ball across midcourt. Boomers trap. Briley Douglas Fisher and Taylor Floyd trap her. They're going to tie her up. Possession error is going to stay with the Lady Tigers with 5:35. We still have no score here. Almost 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes off the board, and we still do not have a point. Yeah, Castillo logo midcourt, and Ava Miller got her hand in there, knocked it away, but she's called for the foul. And that is first Boomer foul of the first quarter. Well, now they're going to say she just straight up lost the ball, so it's going to be Boomer ball. Boomers inbound the ball. Lexi Mendel's bringing the ball up court. A little bit of pressure from the Lady Tigers. Boomers break that pressure. Mendel with the ball near half court. She brings it across the timeline. She swings it over on the right wing to Floyd, back to Mendel. Bailey Nelson on the left wing. She's looking for an open player. She is trapped, and they're in tie up Bailey Nelson. It looks like Ergonia has got her hands in there to tie it up. The possession stays with the Boomers. So Floyd inbounds the ball to Lexi Mendel. She sets up the offense. She swings it back around to Floyd on the left wing. Floyd dribbles to her right. She finds Mendel in the right corner. She's trapped, and she is going to be fouled.
Yeah, and you know, early on, it just kind of seems like when we get it down there in the corner, we're kind of playing a little too slow for that type of play. We need to look at making faster decisions when we get that ball out there.
So Floyd kicks it to the right elbow to Briley Douglas Fisher, and Fisher knocks down that mid-range jumper. The Boomers lead 2-0 with 4:36 to go in the first quarter. Guymon quickly gets the ball down court, and Boomers look like they get a trap, and then they force a bad pass by Vasquez, and the ball goes out of bounds. Boomers great defense right there, forcing the turnover. Inbound goes to Mendel. Mendel back to the middle of the court underneath the opposite basket to Nelson. Now the Boomers moving the ball up the court. Nelson across half court. She is going to be stopped by Ergonias. Ergonias gets her hand in there, and they're going to call a jump ball. The position is going the direction of the Lady Tigers. So the Lady Tigers force a turnover here. They get the ball in with 4:12 to go. Boomers lead 2-0. Tigers get the ball in there into the court. Vasquez dribbles in from the left side with a little touch in front of the basket, and is good. Tie the ball game with 3:58 to go. And deep on their own end of the floor, there's going to be a foul by Aragones. That is her first foul of the game and third Lady Tiger foul. And on the inbound, the Boomers turn it over. And they're trying to get things under control. Castillo takes a shot, no good. But again, a second chance opportunity for the Lady Tigers as Valdez dribbles in. She tries to kick it out to Ergones, and it is thrown out of bounds. Coming on the floor for the Boomers will be sophomore Caitlin Colt. She's going to replace Bailey Nelson with 3:39 to go. The game is tied at 2. So, man, the Boomers had an opportunity. Ava Miller tried to hit Briley Douglas Fisher in the middle of the floor, and the ball was knocked out of bounds, and they're going to actually give it, say it was knocked out of bounds off the Boomers. So it's going to be a Lady Tiger ball. They inbound the ball. Castillo now tries to find an opportunity. Great defense here by Miller. And Miller forces her back into Taylor Floyd. And Floyd comes up with the steal, and she is going to be fouled. So good physical play there by Taylor Floyd. And she is actually going to be fouled by Castillo. It's her second foul of the game, and it's going to be the fourth of the quarter. So one more foul, and the Boomers going to go to the line for the bonus. Boomers get the ball down court. Taylor Floyd is trapped on the right side of the floor. And again, we have another jump ball. It's going to stay with the Boomers.
You know, watching the game so far, I mean, we're roughly almost 5 minutes in. It just seems like both teams are going to go for high press defense, and you know, whoever's capitalizing on the offensive end is going to be the victor in this first quarter.
So Mendel with the ball. She swings it over to Ava Miller on the right wing. Ava dribbles in with a jumper, no good. Taylor Floyd comes down with the offensive rebound. Floyd now passes it to Douglas Fisher. Goes back up to Floyd. Swings it over to Lexi Mendel. Mendel for three, and boom, she knocks it down. With 2:48 to go in the first quarter, it is 5-2 Boomers. Guymon quickly gets the ball down the floor, and Claire Furnish, who's into the game now, she takes a jumper, and it was no good. Guymon gets a rebound. Another jumper by Guymon. They get a rebound yet again. So finally the Boomers, after a second opportunity by Tuttle is no good, finally the Boomers come down to the rebound quickly, get the ball up the floor. Briley Douglas Fisher from the right side with a mid-range jumper is good. Boomers extend their lead 7-2 with 2:16 to go. And Boomers get a quick turnover. And Lexi Mendel is with the score. She finds Taylor Floyd for the layup off the right side. And it is good. So now the Boomers are up 9-2. Guymon gets the ball in, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And kind of a unnecessary physical foul, though, by Lexi Mendel near half court.
It's kind of one of those things, you know, you require a high press. It requires you to kind of be somewhat physical early on. And sometimes if the opponent takes a fast break cut, your momentum is going to carry right through them. Yeah,
exactly. So Valdez brings the ball down the court. She tries to kick it out there. Argoniez yet again. That's really the third time down that she tried to kick it out. It's kind of an errant pass. So the Boomers get the ball in the turnover. They get the ball in across half court. Briley Douglas Fisher hits Caitlin Culp to break the press. Now the Boomers swing it around. Ava Miller from the left wing, no good. Caitlin Culp had position. The ball is knocked out of bounds off of Ali Vasquez. And so Boomers will retain the ball with 1:41 to go here in the first quarter. And Floyd inbounds to Lexi Mendel, cutting to the basket down the right side, and she is fouled. So she is going to go to the line to shoot two.
That's kind of what we were talking about early on. If we can hit these and finish on these, it's an important part of the game. She did really well to earn this shot, so making both of them will be pretty beneficial looking forward, and a clap in the right direction.
Mendel knocks down her first free throw. And like we've said in the first few games, free throws kind of been one area the Boomers have struggled, you know, so that when they get these opportunities, they knock them down. Mendel's second shot, no good. The ball is rebounded by Guymon's Brooklyn Tuttle, but Guymon quickly turns it over. Caitlin Culp comes down with the rebound. She gets the ball up court. Briley Douglas Fisher. Fisher misses her layup. Floyd comes out the rebound, then she is blocked, but it goes right to Ava Miller. Miller has the ball at the near midcourt logo. She swings it over to the left side to Floyd, who finds Briley Douglas Fisher. Fisher dumps it to Mendel from a left elbow. Mendel's shot is no good. Ava Miller comes down with the rebound, but then she, trying to pass the ball, she turns it over to the Lady Tigers. Valdez tries to push the ball up the floor, and Taylor Floyd rushes over there and knocks the ball out of bounds to break up the fast break.
Floyd did a great job. She read the play, anticipated the pass. She jumped it, actually went to kind of volleyball tap into the field of, or I guess the play of court. And it just rolled off the top side of her fingertips.
So Guymon now has a three-point opportunity. Vasquez, her three-pointer is no good. 48 seconds left. The Boomers bring the ball up the court. Lexi Mendel finds Floyd near half court. Floyd pushes up to Douglas Fisher, back to Mendel. Mendel's going to set up the offense. She swings it over to the right side to Floyd. Floyd dribbles to her left. back to Douglas Fisher on the right wing. Back to Floyd in the middle of the floor, and it is knocked out of bounds. It's going back on the floor with 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Is Bailey Nelson, and she's going to give Ava Miller her first break of the game. And that's one thing Boomers only have, because of the JV team playing the tournament, they've only got 3 girls sitting on the bench right now. So the Boomers inbound the ball, and Floyd has the ball at the top of the key. She swings it to the right side to Colt. Colt, Briley Douglas Fisher. Fisher to the left to Bailey Nelson. Nelson dumps it underneath to Colt on the block. She can't get a shot. Back to Nelson. Nelson back to Mendel. Mendel swings it over to Floyd. 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Floyd finds Briley Douglas Fisher. Is going to dribble in from the right side, and she is going to be blocked by Vasquez. And as the buzzer sounds in the first quarter, Guymon tries to get a shot off, and they're unable to. So with after the first quarter of play, Woodward leads Guymon 10-2. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire.
Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse. I'm Mary Scott. Great Plains Bank, heritage, trust, and respect. These are the things that make Great Plains Bank great. With deep roots across Oklahoma and Texas, they are in touch with the communities in which we live and work. Compass Athletics, from sports equipment to championship trophies and everything in between. 2024 Main and Woodward, 580-256-7045. So as we get under play here in the second quarter, the Boomers lead 10-2. Guymon started the quarter off quickly. Lexi Mendel comes up with a steal. She brings it down the court, but she is going to be stripped underneath the basket by Ali Vasquez. And so Guymon now has the ball. They're bringing the ball back down court for the Lady Tigers. Quickly, Boomers get great defense. Almost forced a bad throw. Vasquez comes up with it. She's trapped. She's being trapped. Great. She finds Brooklyn Tuttle underneath the basket, and good from a layup from the right side. 10-4 on the floor for the Boomers right now. It's Lexi Mendel, Taylor Floyd, Bailey Nelson, Briley Douglas Fisher, and Caitlin Colt. Boomers get the ball across the timeline. Bailey Nelson on the right side of the floor. She is going to be tied up with Aragonez, and it's going to stay on the Boomers end of the floor.
Coming out of the first quarter, I mean, you know, the high press, it looks like we were in probably a 3-2 set. Pressing on, it creates an opportunity for those turnovers. We're looking to have Briley maybe more on a fast break rather than carry her up into this transition.
Boomers move the ball around. Lexi Mendel from the right wing, 3-point no good. Taylor Floyd coming down with the offensive board, but she is stripped and stolen by Valdez. Valdez brings the ball to court, a little back behind the back dribble. She goes up for layup. It is no good. Rebound by Aragonez, and that's another offensive board and second chance opportunity, and then she is going to be fouled.
That's a little unfortunate for Colt because it was kind of a awkward play that developed. First shot went up, didn't go good. Second one, she tried to throw it, lost her handling, and so Colt thought, oh, free ball to go play on, and it just so happened that she picked up a foul there. So
Aragonez misses her first free throw. That was Colt's first foul of the game. And in the first foul, team foul of the second quarter, and her second free throw is good. So that cuts into the Boomer lead. It is 10-5 with 6:39 to go, and Michelle Ibarra comes onto the floor for the first time, as well as Ava Miller here for the Boomers. The Boomers quickly get the ball up to Miller. She goes up for a layup, no good. She comes down with the offensive board and then tied up. So the ball is going to go go to the Lady Tigers. And coming off to the floor for the first time for the Lady Tigers is Addison Stavig. Lady Tigers get the ball up, trapped by Miller and Mendel. And they get out of the trap. Now they swing the ball to the right side. Underneath is Brooklyn Tuttle. Tuttle goes up for a shot, and she is going to be fouled from behind. Let's see who this foul is going to be on. And it is the foul is going to go against Michelle Ibarra. That is going to be her first foul of the game, second of the quarter for the Boomers. Tuttle's first free throw is no good with 6:16 to go. Boomers lead 10-5. Second free throw, no good. Michelle Ibarra, great position. She comes down with the rebound. With 6:14 to go, Boomers push the ball to the court. Bailey Nelson, she finds Ava Miller. Miller dribbles to her left, back to her right. She's great defense by the Lady Tigers. She dumps it inside to Douglas Fisher, back out to Mendel, swings it over to Nelson, back to Mendel, top of the key. And Miller finds Barra. Barra throws the ball away. Going to be taken by Tylee Solis. And so the Tigers get the ball down the floor, and Furnish comes up with a mid-range jumper just inside the free throw line to cut the lead 10-7. Boomers lead with 5:36 to go. Boomers push the ball up the floor. Bradley Douglas Fisher from the right side, three-pointer, boom, it is good. It is 13-7 with 5:26 to go. Boomers extend the lead. Tigers get the ball back across midcourt, and Valdez is going to set up her offense. She's guarded by Bailey Nelson. She swings it over to Tuttle. And Tuttle gets the ball up to Stavig. The Lady Tigers continue to pass the ball around to Furnish at the top of the key. Great defense here by the Boomers to not really allow a good opportunity. Valdez gets an opportunity for a three-point jumper. She knocks it down to cut the lead to 13-10 Boomers. Boomers inbound the ball. They're continuing to break that pressure. Good job by Guymon overall, but Boomers breaking it. Ava Miller from the right wing, three-pointer, no good. Ball brought in by Tuttle, and the Lady Tigers back down the floor with 4:35 to go in the second quarter. Valdez takes the ball down the right side of the lane for the layup, no good. Rebounded Miller. She finds Lexi Mendel. Lexi with a 2-on-1 opportunity. She drives it in from the right side. Really nice Euro step, and she knocks it down. That's 15-10 with the layup. It's 4:15 to go. Quickly, Guymon gets the ball back down the floor. Stavik with the three-point opportunity is no good. Bradley Douglas Fisher gets a rebound. Lexi Mendel again has an opportunity. She pulls up just inside the three-point line, off the right block, and it is no good. And on the rebound, the ball's going to be knocked out of the bound. It's going to stay underneath the Boomer basket.
Yeah, and you know, right there, man, as the game's going on, I'm really kind of seeing some trends that look good, and then some things that could use a little cleaning up to do, you know, just within the players seeing it and they're in front of them. But Briley, she's hustling, she's going back and forth, left and right, you know, and Ava Miller, she's hustling and applying that pressure, which looks good. You know, it really is going to come down to just who's going to be a little bit more clean with the ball in front of the basket.
And before they inbound the ball, Coach Moore is going to take a 30-second timeout. R5 Embroidery. When you work with R5 Custom Embroidery, you can count on a quick, fun, and enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed your expectations. Come chat with their screen printers about customized apparel, 817 Main Street in Woodward, or 580-256-3579. And Western Drug at 1021 Oklahoma, and Woodward has a friendly and caring staff and a drive-through window that is convenient. Always excellent service. 580-256-5586.
You know, now that Culp's back in the game, I'd like to see her kind of establish underneath the rim, and you know, she's got great hands. She's very strong. If we can find a way to get the ball to her right underneath the rim, I guarantee we're going to have a shot opportunity come up.
So with about 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter, Boomer's going to inbound the ball. Lexi Mendel has the ball top of the key. She finds Bailey Nelson on the right side dumps it in off the elbow to Caitlin Culp, back out to Douglas Fisher, who goes across court to Bailey Nelson. Bailey Nelson takes a couple dribbles to her right. She goes up for a shot, no good. Ball is going to be brought down by Guymon's Brooklyn Tuttle, and she will be fouled. And she's going to be fouled by Lexi Mendel, her second foul of the game, and first foul, or excuse me, that foul's going to go on Ava Miller, second foul of the game, and third foul for the Boomers in the quarter. Guymon gets the ball down the floor, and Valdez has the ball on the right wing, up top to Furnish. Furnish dribbles down the right side. She kicks it out to Tuttle. Tuttle back to the top of the key. Valdez has it. And Valdez tries to pass it in, and Caitlin Culp just knocks it away. Great defense there by Culp. Coming on the floor for the Boomers, Taylor Floyd. She's going to replace Ava Miller with 3:18 to go here in the first half. Valdez inbounds the ball. She swings it to the corner. Erganias knocks down the three from the left corner to cut the lead to 2, 15-13. And then on the inbound, Bailey Nelson is tied up, and that will be a turnover for the Boomers as the possession arrow is pointing on the Lady Tigers end of the floor. So they inbound the ball to Adriana Romero, who drives to her right side. She dumps it underneath the Tuttle. Tuttle with kind of a fadeaway type of shot. She misses, no good. And there's going to be a jump ball. Caitlin Culp in there, and the possession arrow points towards the Boomers. With 2:57 to go, Boomers lead 15-13 over the Guymon Lady Tigers. Floyd inbounds the ball to Culp. Culp quickly gets it to near mid-court to Douglas Fisher, who finds Lexi Mendel. Mendel now swings the ball over to Taylor Floyd on the opposite side of the floor. Ball almost goes out of bounds, but Floyd corrals it. And now Bailey Nelson from the right wing for three. That shot is no good. Brought down by Aragones.
It was a good look. Nelson had she had the right to take the shot.
So Valdez brings the ball down the floor. She kicks it out. Excuse me. Ball's getting loose. I'm getting too caught up in the ball. Quickly, the Guymon turns it over. Lexi Mendel comes with the steal. They find Briley Douglas Fisher on the right side of the floor for an easy layup. 2:15 to go. Boomers send their lead 17-13. Valdez gets the ball quickly back down the floor for the Lady Tigers as she finds Argonia at the top of the key, swings it over to Tuttle. Tuttle stands there. She back to Valdez, who kind of directs her offense. Stavik has the ball back across court to Valdez on the right wing. Her three-point shot is no good. Douglas Fisher gets the rebound in stride. She goes down the right side of the lane for the layup, and she is going to be fouled. And I believe this is going to go against Valdez, and it is. That is her first personal foul, the first Guymon foul of the second quarter.
So the last two possessions is exactly what I think that the girls team needs to do is find Briley an opportunity to go on transition plays and just give her a lane to run. She'll draw contact. She's really good about going at the bucket aggressively and drawing in the fouls.
Briley's first free throw is no good. Her second shot is up, and it is good. 18-13, Boomers lead with 1:44 to go here in the second quarter. Valdez brings the ball up. Of course, she swings it over to Stavik. Stavik finds Aragonias, who drives down the baseline off the right side, and she gets the layup. Boomers kind of a breakdown on the defense. They get the ball in quickly. They're getting the ball up the court. This is what we want to see from the Boomers. Bailey Nelson has the ball on the left side. She dribbles to her left, finds Caitlin Culp on the block, and the ball is going to be knocked away. And they're going to say it's going to be off of Caitlin. So the ball's, so Guymon forces another Boomer turnover. Coming on the floor now for the Boomers, it's going to be Michelle Ibarra with 1:16 to go here in the second quarter. So the inbound goes to Valdez. Valdez brings it up. No pressure here from the Boomers. They'll pick her up at half court. Bailey Nelson picks her up. She passes it over to Furnish. Furnish dribbles to her left. And they're going to call, I believe, Lexi Mendel. As Furnish went to her left, Mendel reached in for the ball, and they're going to say he got her on the arm. So 1:03 to go here in the second quarter. Boomers inbound Goes to Valdez. Valdez has the ball at the W at midcourt. She passes over Aragonez. Aragonez then finds Romero, who dribbles in, takes a long two. Valdez comes down with the rebound. And Valdez passes it to Furnish, who goes up for three, and Barra knocks the ball out of bounds for the block shot. 46 seconds to go. Guymon inbounding the ball. Valdez looking for the open player. And finally, she gets the ball into Aragonez, who takes the ball to her right. Wild shot. Riley Douglas Fisher comes up with the rebound. She finds Taylor Floyd for the left-handed layup. Boomers extend their lead 20-15 with 30 seconds to go. Valdez back quickly down the floor. She takes a three-pointer from the right wing. No good. There's a tie-up on the rebound, and the ball is going to stay with the Lady Tigers, but great job by Douglas Fisher to get in there and have an opportunity to pull down that rebound. So 24 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Inbound goes to Stavik. Stavik finds Valdez at the top of the key. She's being guarded closely by Bailey Nelson. Bailey's not going to give her opportunity. Valdez picks up her dribble, and now Lexi Mendel jumps in there. She knocks the ball away. In the backcourt, Furnish was able to come up the ball for the Lady Tigers. She has the ball at the right key. She throws underneath to Stavik. Stavik goes up for a shot. Bailey Nelson blocks the shot, and that's how the second quarter is going to end. So after 2 quarters of play, going into halftime, the Boomers lead the Guymon Lady Tigers 20-15. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless Outdoor Camera, available at Pioneer. Arlo offers top-notch protection with crystal clear video quality, rain or shine. Monitor your home from anywhere with remote smartphone access, whether you're at home or on the go. Arlo keeps you connected to what matters most. Trust Arlo and Pioneer to keep your home safe and secure. Visit GoPioneer.com to get your Arlo wireless cameras today.
Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse. I'm here inside Boomer Fieldhouse. Here it's halftime. Boomers lead 20-15. Sealing State Bank now with a branch in Woodward at their new location at 2314 Williams. Sealing State Bank Woodward branch offers full-service banking, including personal checking, savings, home and commercial loans, mobile and online banking, wire transfers, and more. M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop for the best lawn, porch, or patio. M&D Enterprises and the Lawnmower Shop are the people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscapes a little piece of heaven you have always dreamed of. Locations in Woodward, Canton, and Weatherford. And Smith & Co. Auction and Realty, Oklahoma's real estate and land auction experts. Smith & Co. is your #1 choice for all your land auctions and real estate needs. 580-254-3975, or you can email Ira at smithcorealestate.com. So, Chris, looking at some of the first half numbers, what do you have as far as the scores for the Boomers and the Lady Tigers?
Well, right now we've got Briley Douglas Fisher leading the team with 10 points. She's done a really good job on fast break plays. She's capitalized on a couple of free runs and then earned a couple opportunities at the line. Right behind her, we got Lexi Mendel with 6, and underneath Lexi, we have Taylor Floyd with 4. For the Lady Tigers, we have, I don't have the names in front of me, going just off of jersey numbers here. Kind of lost on 1 point out of the game for the Tigers, but number 10, Araceli, she's got 6. Number 4, Ali Vasquez has 2. Number 3, Adali Valdez has 3, and then number 34, Claire Furnish has 2. And like I said, there's a point somewhere in there that I'm not sure who gets the credit for. I apologize for that. Kind of keeping stats and trying to read the gameplay is, not as easy as what everyone thinks, but it's catching me.
You were called up out of the bullpen pretty quick, late this afternoon, so you're doing a great job, and I greatly appreciate it. So, your halftime stats are brought to you by High Plains Tire. Visit High Plains Tire at 2220 Main Street. It's where your dollar goes further. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the keys to the second half between the Boomers and the Lady Tigers. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Are you looking for a bank that understands your needs and works as hard as you do? Welcome to Bank of Western Oklahoma, proudly serving our area since 1908, offering free checking with no monthly fees and convenient mobile banking. Whether you're in Cordell, Elk City, Weatherford, Woodward, or any of our 6 locations, we're always nearby. Bank of Western Oklahoma, where the Western Oklahoma spirit is alive and well. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Here at Boomer Fieldhouse. Scott, this is the first Woodward game of the WHS Winter Classic here in the girls' side of the bracket. We're going to let's quickly recap how the girls' bracket is shaped out so far today. In the first game of the day, UConn played the Liberal JV team, and they won easily 73-12. They will face the winner of this game between the Boomers and the Lady Tigers. Boomers currently lead this game 20-15. In the game earlier, the 3:20 game, Elk City played the ENA JV team. We've already seen Elk City, and we know that what they can do. And they fought. They knocked off ENA JV. The Lady Pacers fell 62-17 to the Elkettes, and so they will move on to play Liberal, who essentially got a bye because of a rule against playing JV teams. And so Liberal and Elk City will play tomorrow at 3:20, and ENA JV will take on the Woodward Boomer JV team at 10 a.m. right here in Boomer Fieldhouse. They will have the first game of the day, and the second girls game of the day is going to be between Liberal JV and the loser of this game between the Boomers and the Lady Tigers. So Chris, looking ahead to the second half, we've seen some things by the Boomers this year, or this game, that we really have seen them struggle with in the first couple games, including being able to break the pressure, different things like that. So kind of based on what we've seen in the first half, what would you like to see from the Boomers going into the second half?
Just maybe more established roles. I think, we talked about chemistry, and I think that part of that is understanding who's going to do what and when they're going to look to do that. I said early on, I think Briley Douglas Fisher gets a great opportunity if it's a fast break play. If we're able to win it in our side of the court defensively and then push it out and she has an open lane, that is her bread and butter. She's going to be able to drive to the lane quickly. She's going to get to the bucket fast. She's going to be able to put up a shot. And in the past 3 games, that's where she's excelled, is when the lane or the court is open for her to drive to the bucket. She's going to draw a foul, or she's going to put it in the bucket. And, that's what we're looking for there. Lexi Mendel, she can be very finesse. She's had an opportunity. She's got a 3 out on the boundary, and then, she's hit a couple on the inside lane. And I think she's more of your, I don't know positions in basketball, but, she's the type of player that can kind of get in and out of the arc. And Caitlin Cole, I'm a big fan. She's very strong under the basket, and she's got good hands, and she can frame out. So structurally, I'd like to see some fast breaks be played out with Briley Douglas Fisher leading the way. Lexi Mendel kind of doing some cleanup finesse stuff, and then you got Taylor Floyd, who's done some had a few good looks tonight, but Colt being a little bit of a structure base underneath the basket really helps. Defensively, I kind of like what we're doing. It's kind of working with Guymon. Guymon's throwing up shots that they don't really like. So I'm really enjoying like the high pressure that we're doing. It's really going to come down to our conditioning at this point because, like you said, we've only got 3 subs due to two teams being in this tournament. But with that being said, this is why you enter into tournaments like this, to build that grind that you're going to need later on in the season.
Yeah, exactly, and all that depth. Boomers are missing, a couple players, especially Kaylee Mills, who is still out with her broken wrist, and they're hoping to have her to start the second semester play. But it'll be interesting. They're hoping she gets released here in the next couple of weeks. But the Boomers, you talk about that depth and all that. They had a really hard-fought game against Anadarko the other night. So this is the second game, 3 days with the short bench. That conditioning is going to play huge tonight, especially as we go into the next 2 games of the tournament.
Yeah, and just real quick, one player I really didn't mention, that's just Ava Miller. She had to kind of sit a little bit just because she's picked up 2 fouls. That is going into the third quarter, something to look at. So far, Briley Douglas Fisher has been able to avoid foul trouble. She doesn't have one to her name yet. Hopefully that's not a jinx, but Culp has 1 and Ava Miller has picked up 2. So, and Lexi Mendel also has 2. So we don't have the depth to really be getting too far into the bench. So let's stay out of foul trouble as we go forward. And I think that might be a key to coaching the second half.
Yeah, overall, I feel like it's been a fairly clean play ball game, but yes, that is definitely something you've got to watch, not just tonight, but in the next couple of games in this tournament for the Boomers. So starting off the second half for the Lady Tigers, you're going to have Valdez, Vasquez, looks like Brooklyn Tuttle, Vivian Castilla, and Eric. Say it for me. Araceli, Aragonia, the starters. For the Boomers, we had Douglas Fisher, Ava Miller, Bailey Nelson, Taylor Floyd, and Lexi Mendel. Mendel finds Briley Douglas Fisher off the right wing for a long 3. She's knocked down, but no foul call. Ball goes to Valdez. Valdez gets the ball. She has the ball at the top of the key. She swings it over to Castilla. Castilla finds Vasquez back to Valdez on the right wing. She underneath Castilla, and looks like maybe Douglas Fisher got a piece of the ball. Boomers come down with the rebound. Lexi Mendel finds Briley Douglas Fisher. Fisher drives to her right side, hits Floyd at the top of the key, swings it over to Bailey Nelson in the right corner. Nelson's going to be trapped and trying to find Douglas Fisher, and she throws the ball away for a turnover. 7:14 to go here early in the second half. The Boomers lead 20-15 over the Guymon Tigers. Guymon gets the ball down court. Aragonia is from the right corner, 3-point, no good. Ball pulled down by Douglas Fisher. She's quickly going to push the ball up the floor, and good defense by the Lady Tigers. Douglas Fisher, she goes up, and the ball is knocked away, pulled down by Aragonia to force another Boomer turnover, and then there's going to be a foul. Ava Miller quickly picks up her 3rd foul with 6:56 to go. That's her first foul for the Boomers here in the second half. Inbound, Lady Tigers try to get the ball underneath. Lexi Mendel knocks the ball away. Still, she quickly gets the ball down the floor. Douglas Fisher from the right wing finds Bailey Nelson in the left corner. 3-point shot is no good. Ball is knocked away. The ball is going to stay with the Boomers. Coming on the floor for the Lady Tigers is the coach's daughter, Reese Chapman.
No, I really enjoyed, Ava Miller being able to see that opportunity.
And on the inbound, Bailey Nelson knocks the ball down for 3 from the right corner. 23-15, Boomers lead with 6:25 to go. Valdez gets the ball. She passes it over to Chapman. Chapman for a 3 from the right corner, no good. But the ball goes to Vasquez, the offensive board. And Guymon is able to get the layup, 23-17. Guymon with 6:11 to go. On the inbound, Lady Tigers pressure. Floyd has the ball. She's getting the ball up the floor. And she picks up her dribble. And I was like, looked like maybe a little bit quick of 10-second, but Boomers turned the ball over with this 10-second count in the backcourt.
You know, in the first 3 games, you've kind of seen that. It's just speed of play, decision making, reading an open person. And at the varsity level, that's what's difficult is just the transition from, you know, a JV group to a varsity level, freshman to senior, is understanding a tight window. They're still open at a varsity level. You just got to put a little bit more oomph behind it.
And on the inbound, the Lady Tigers turn it over. Boomers quickly push the ball to the court. Ava Miller takes a 3-pointer from the left corner, no good. And Chapman brings the ball down for the rebound for the Lady Tigers, but she turns it over. Riley Douglas Fisher, she saves the ball from going out of bounds. Bailey Nelson for a layup from the right side, no good. She gets her own rebound. She goes back up for the layup, and she is going to be fouled underneath the basket. And it looks like a foul is going to be called on number 4, Allie Vasquez. That is her 3rd foul of the game, first Lady Tiger foul of the quarter.
Building up to this free throw opportunity, Riley had a hustle play, poked the ball away, worked out to the side, and really dug deep to keep that ball in play for Bailey to have a shot opportunity.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion. I think everybody thought that Bailey made her shot. They thought that was an and one opportunity. She knocks down the free throw, and the refs get everybody back lined up. Second free throw is up. Nelson converts on that, so with 5:31 to go, Boomers extend their lead 25-17 over the Lady Tigers. Tigers inbound the ball, get Vasquez on the left side of the floor. She is trapped by Douglas Fisher and Nelson. They knock the ball away. Floyd picks up the ball. She dribbles down, and she dumps it off to Douglas Fisher for an easy layup. 27-17 Boomers, 5:15 to go. And Valdez turns it over again. Taylor Floyd gets the ball. She finds Bailey Nelson. Nelson thought she was fouled in the layup. It was no good. And Vasquez trying to push the ball up the floor. She just throws it away. So Boomers are gonna get the ball after the Lady Tiger turnover under the Guymon basket. It looks like Caitlin Culp is now on the floor for Douglas Fisher, giving her a little bit of an early break here. Lexi Mendel gets the ball. She's bringing the ball up the floor. She breaks the pressure. She finds Taylor Floyd breaking down the left side of the floor. Floyd back to Mendel. Mendel swings it over to Bailey Nelson. 3-pointer from the right wing, and boom, it is good. 30-17. Boomers lead with 4:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Guymon quickly across the floor, across the timeline. Ball's knocked away. Chapman tries to drive down the baseline from the left side, and it is stolen by Lexi Mendel.
Yeah, on that last possession, we had a lot better ball movement, timing, runs, all those kind of things, and we found a wide open Bailey Nelson in the corner. I'm sure that that's the look that we want.
And so Mendel finds Ava Miller. Miller went up with a little bit of a ball fake, and she lost control of the ball. The ball goes out of bounds, and they're going to give the ball to the Boomers. So the Boomers going to keep the ball underneath their own basket. Floyd is going to inbound the ball. She's looking for an open opportunity. She finds Culp, who's back out to Bailey Nelson. Nelson to the left side to Miller, who hits Floyd. Floyd back out to Ava Miller from the left wing, and boom, she knocks it down. 4 minutes to go. It's 33-17 Boomers. Guymon trying to get the ball up the court. And again, you know, we talked about this in the first half. Floyd jumped in there and knocked the ball away. She's done a great job of jumping in the passing lanes today.
Yeah, the high pressure. I mean, getting up there in the I don't know, I guess Guymon backcourt, it makes the build-up process really, really hard.
So Guymon gets the ball down the floor. They dump it underneath to Castillo. She goes up for a shot, no good. Excuse me, that was actually Brooklyn Tuttle, I believe, who had that shot. Went up, no good. Boomers are fouled on a loose ball, and that foul is going to be charged to Tuttle as well. Her first personal foul, and it's the second Tiger foul here in the 3rd quarter. So Mendel trying to get the ball up the court. She finds Bailey Nelson, quickly finds Douglas Fisher. Great ball movement here by the Boomers. Floyd on the left side, back out to Mendel, who finds Caitlin Culp down on the right block. Culp tries to find an opportunity. She has to go back out to Mendel at the top of the key, and the Boomers going to set up their offense yet again with 3:25 to go. Nelson across to Mendel. Mendel finds Floyd, who drives in from the left side. No good. Caitlin Culp with the rebound and put back. So with 3:11, 35-17, Boomers are extending this lead out here in the third quarter. Again, great defense. Mendel knocks the ball away, comes back up. Lady Tigers. And Lady Tigers, Claire Furnish finds Tuttle underneath the basket for the layup. And I think we're going to get a 30-second timeout here by Coach Chapman here in the Lady Tigers. Boomers lead 35-19 with 2:57 to go. Great Plains Bank, heritage, trust, respect. These are the things that makes Great Plains Bank great. With deep roots across Oklahoma and Texas, they are in touch with communities in which they live and work. Compass Athletics from sports equipment to championship trophies and everything in between. 2024 Main in Woodward, 580-256-7045, and R5 Custom Embroidery. When you work with R5 Custom Embroidery, you can count on a quick, fun, and enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed your expectations. Come chat with their screen printers and customize about customized apparel. 817 Main Street in Woodward or 580-256-3579. So with about 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter, Boomer's going to have the ball underneath their own basket. They inbound Lexi Mendel. She is going to be not really trapped, but great defense by Chapman and Valdez, and Mendel loses control of the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it is going to stay underneath the basket, and it's going to go to the Lady Tigers. Tigers trying to inbound the ball. They finally find Vasquez up near midcourt. Vasquez to the right side to Chapman. Chapman looks for an opportunity. She swings it over to Valdez, who Lexi Mendel jumps it, knocks the ball away. She goes in for a layup, no good, but Riley Douglas Fisher with the rebound and the layup. 37-19 Boomers. Quickly, Guymon gets the ball up. Castillo takes a long three-pointer, no good. Bailey Nelson's going to get Bailey Nelson pulls in the rebound, and then she is going to be fouled from behind by Chapman underneath the basket. And it looks like I think we're going to get a timeout here by Coach Moore. And she is going to take a 30-second timeout with 2:25 to go. Boomers lead 37-19. Chris, kind of looking here most of the third quarter through. We got about 2 minutes to go. Kind of what's your thoughts so far?
Well, we're finishing. We started out coming out of halftime. It was 20-15, and so you look at the numbers. We're the run has been 17-4. So we found a way to actually put it in the basket, and a lot of that comes from finding the open player on the outside, and Bailey Nelson has capitalized on a couple long-range threes.
One thing that I think I've been really impressed with tonight overall defensively is we've had times this year where we've kind of over-pursued, did a little too much, and the Boomers are playing much more under control tonight.
Yeah, staying underneath the basket and forcing perimeter passing is a good thing for us.
So Douglas Fisher almost loses the ball. She comes back up with it, hits Miller, who passes up Caitlin Culp. Caitlin Culp swings it over to the left block for Michaela Stinnett, who's in the game for the first time, and she gets an easy layup. Boomers with 2:06 to go, 39-19, 20-point lead for the Boomers here in the third quarter. So Guymon trying to set up their offense. Valdez has the ball on the right wing. She swings it over to Vasquez. Vasquez finds Furnish, who dribbles down the baseline to her left, and she is going to be fouled. So the foul is going to go against Briley Douglas Fisher, who leads the Boomers in all scores tonight with 14 points, but that is her first foul and the second team foul for the Boomers. So Valdez has the ball in the right corner. 3-point, no good. Douglas Fisher brings down the rebound. She tries to hit Stinnett on that. Stinnett in the outlet. She's going to be trapped. And looks like Guymon's going to look like it might have went off Guymon, but they're going to say it stays on this end of the floor. Guymon's ball. So Guymon's going to inbound the ball with 1:35 to go here in the third quarter. And Valdez inbound, knocked out of bounds. Great defense by the Boomers. Valdez again. She's trying to find somebody open. She hits Furnish in the left corner. Furnish dribbles to her right. She gets the ball with Vasquez, who passes out Valdez. Valdez drives to her right. The Boomers shut it down. She hits Vasquez. Vasquez along to no good. Caitlin Culp pulls down the rebound. And the Boomers push the ball up the floor. Bailey Nelson across the timeline, and she throws the ball away. Valdez comes up with the steal. She's pushing the ball up the floor. Valdez to Vasquez. Vasquez with a three-point at the top of the key. It's no good, and the rebound goes to Michaela Stinnett, and Stinnet's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be charged to Viviana Castillo. That is her third personal foul and the fourth Guymon foul of the quarter with 58 seconds to go here in the third. Boomers lead is up to 20, 39-19. And the inbound gets a little wild. Bailey Nelson now has the ball. She's bringing the ball up the floor, being guarded closely, and she throws the ball away. Vasquez picks up the ball at midcourt. Vasquez bring the ball down the right side. She pulls it out. And Vasquez tries to dump it off underneath, and I think Guymon is thinking that the ball was tipped away, but the referees are going to get the possession to the Boomers underneath the basket.
Yeah, just a couple careless passes. You know, we had one that earlier I was making the statement at the varsity level, windows are going to be tighter. You got to shove it through there. She tried to do it, and the window was already shut. So, you know, just being a little bit more cautious with our passes. And on the other side, Guymon, I think, thought they had a runner going to the corner, and no one went there.
And talking about the passing, great ball movement, getting the ball up the court. Briley Douglas Fisher in the middle of the lane. She gets the layup. Boomers extend the lead 22. It's now 41-19 as third quarter's coming to a close. Valdez, she travels. She goes up with a wild shot. Ball brought in by Let's see. Looks like it's going to be rebound was Furnish, and Furnish is going to be fouled on the shot. And Douglas Fisher is going to be charged with the foul. That is her second personal foul with almost 6 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Furnish is going to the line for 2. And Furnish's first free throw is good. Furnish lines up for her second opportunity. That shot is no good. Caitlin Culp comes down to the rebound, 4 seconds left. She hits Douglas Fisher. Briley goes up for a long three-pointer at the buzzer. It is no good. So after 3 quarters of play, Boomers have a 21-point lead over the Guymon Lady Tigers, 41-20. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Tired of complicated Wi-Fi management? Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi makes it easy. With Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi, you can set your Wi-Fi password, view all your connected devices, and even run speed tests all from your phone. Need to set up parental controls? No problem. Simple, smart, secure. Stay connected and in control with Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Visit GoPioneer.com to learn more.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, Pipelanes Tire.
Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse. I'm Eric Scott. Boomers. Guymon starts with the ball here in the fourth quarter. On the floor for the Boomers is Ava Miller, Caitlin Culp, Lexi Mindel, Briley Douglas Fisher, and Bailey Nelson. 3-pointer by the Lady Eagles are no good. Culp comes down with the rebound. The Boomers now have the ball on their end of the floor. Douglas Fisher has the ball in the right corner. She hits Bailey Nelson on the block. Back out to Ava Miller, who drives to her right. And they are going to say that she traveled with the ball. She kind of, as she was going up for the layup, got tied up with somebody, and they're going to call her for the travel. So Guymon inbounds the ball. And bring up the ball is Castillo. She passes it off to Vasquez. Vasquez kicks it out to Tuttle. Tuttle swings it over to Aragonez. Aragonez drives into the lane. Great defense by the Boomers. Her shot is going to go up, and it is knocked away. Boomers going to tie up with the Lady Tigers underneath the basket and possession errors goes to the Boomers. Bailey Nelson inbounds the ball to Mendel. Mendel down the right side hits Riley Douglas Fisher. Hits Colt mid-court. Boomers got to get the ball across pretty quick. Colt finds Riley Douglas Fisher's. The Boomers get the ball on their end of the floor. Douglas Fisher to her right finds Ava Miller. Ava Miller on the right wing. She is being guarded well by Valdez. And they're going to call, I think they're going to get Bailey Nelson with an offensive foul moving screen. So 6:52 to go. Guymon inbounds the ball. Valdez has the ball at midcourt. She swings it over to Castillo on the right wing. Back up there, Gagnez passes over to Vasquez. Three-point shot from the left side, no good. Bailey Nelson pulls down the rebound. She pushes the ball up the court. Passes a little wild. Castillo comes down with the steal for the Boomer turnover. She pushes the ball up the floor, finds Valdez in the left corner. Valdez, three-point shot, no good. Aragonez with the offensive board. She dribbles in with an easy layup to cut into the Boomer lead. Is 41-22. And now we are going to get a timeout. With 6:20 to go here in the game, I believe it's going to be a full timeout taken by Coach Chapman. Western Drug at 1021 Oklahoma and Woodward has a friendly and caring staff and a drive-through window that is convenient. Always excellent service. Western Drug, 580-256-5586. And Sealing State Bank now with the branch in Woodward at their new location, 2314 Williams. Sealing State Bank Woodward branch offers full-service banking, including personal checking, savings, home, and commercial loans, mobile and online banking, wire transfers, and more. M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop for the best lawn, porch, patio, M&D Enterprises and the Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscape that little piece of heaven you have always dreamed of. Locations in Woodward, Canton, and Weatherford. And Smith & Co. Auction and Realty, Oklahoma's real estate and land auction expert. Smith & Co. is your number one choice for all your land auctions and real estate needs. 580-254-3978 or Ira at smithcorealestate.com. So on the inbound opportunity, Guymon is going to foul the Boomers basket and be charged to Castillo. That is her fourth foul and the second Guymon foul of the quarter. Boomers get the ball up court, and Ava Miller tries to hit Riley Douglas Fisher, and she does not get control of the ball and knocks the ball out of bounds. So the Boomers getting a little wild here late in the ball game. So Valdez brings the ball across midcourt. She swings it over to Aragonez, who passes back to Castillo. Aragonez off the right wing. She dribbles to her right. She's going to be blocked by Michelle Ibarra, right back to her, and as she goes up for her second opportunity, she is going to be fouled. And she is going to be fouled by Ibarra, her second foul of the game, and second Boomer foul of the quarter. So Aragonez's first free throw is good. And she now I believe she leads the Tigers with 9 points. Her second free throw is no good, brought in by Taylor Floyd, who is then trapped by Aragonez and Vasquez, and Aragonez ties her up. And the Lady Tigers have possession, so they are going to keep the ball on their end of the floor with 5:55 to go. So Vasquez looking to get the inbound. She finds Castillo near midcourt. Castillo over to Valdez, being guarded well by Lexi Mendel. Now Valdez drives to her right. She finds Tuttle, who goes up for layup, and she is fouled. And that is going to be charged to Douglas Fisher. That is her third foul of the game, and that is as well third foul for the Boomers here in the fourth quarter. And Tuttle's free throw is good. So with 5:43 to go, her second free throw is up, and it is no good. Floyd brings down the rebound. Boomers lead 41-24 with 5:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Lexi Floyd brings the ball across midcourt. She's being guarded well by Aragonez, but she eventually fouls Floyd. So that is her second foul of the game. Floyd inbounds the ball to Ibarra, to Mendel. Mendel's setting up the offense at the top of the key. Mendel down the right side. She swings it, passes back out to Floyd. Floyd over to Douglas Fisher, who goes to her left, back to her right. She's trying to find an opportunity to drive. She kicks it out to Mendel. Mendel drives to her left. She passes it to Ibarra. Ibarra back to Douglas Fisher. Douglas Fisher takes a three-pointer, no good. Loose ball. Ava Miller comes down with the ball. She finds Lexi Mendel, drives it in from the right side. Mendel's layup is no good. And Vasquez with the rebound. Valdez brings the ball up for the Lady Tigers. Vasquez with the three-point shot from the right wing, and it is good. 41-27. Boomers lead the Lady Tigers with 4:45 to go.
Yeah, we're on a little bit of a dry run here. We need to find a way to have an open look at the basket.
And the Boomers get the ball up the floor, but it is knocked out of bounds by Aragonez. So maybe this is a chance for the Boomers to kind of slow down, and I think that's what Coach Moore is thinking. She's going to take a full timeout here with 4:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Their Lady Tigers cutting into the Boomer lead. Boomers lead 41-27. And so, as you were talking about, the Boomers are kind of going through kind of a dry spell. You know, what are some of the things that, you know, they're struggling with, but what are some of the fixes they can come up with?
Well, you know, it's kind of hard because you can tell fatigue is in play. Like, you know, you can see that they're tired at this point. And so, as a coach, typically you talk to them about slowing the game down and making it something that it's at your pace, at your speed. You're designing the play out, right? The problem is Coach Moore's trying to fix that. The speed of play needs to be increased, and the decision makings need to be faster, and you know, off the ball movement needs to happen sooner. So they just haven't found that rhythm yet. Like, especially being fatigued, that really eats at that, and you know. We just have to find maybe a couple more buckets and then transition better defensively, so that way we can win the ball higher up the court, so we're not having to go full court.
Yeah, I wonder if the fatigue is one thing that's really starting to kind of mess with the decision making of the Boomers here late in the game. The Boomers inbound the ball. Lexi Mendel has the ball. She drives down the left side of for left side of the layup. She's no good. Ibarra gets the rebound, passes out to Bailey Nelson. Nelson loses control of the ball, and it is stolen by Solis, Lady Tigers. Lady Tigers push the ball up the floor, and ref looked like it was going one way, and then he pointed the other way. So the ball's knocked out of bounds. The Boomers have the ball on the Guymon end of the floor. Taylor Floyd inbounds the ball. Lexi Mendel gets open. She takes the ball. She's being guarded by Castillo. Mendel passes the ball across the timeline to Floyd. Floyd hits Bailey Nelson. Nelson with a long jumper. It is no good. Brought down by Valdez. Valdez quickly pushes up the floor for the Lady Tigers. Picked up by Mendel at half court. Valdez gets by Mendel. She drives it in. She goes up for a layup from the right side. It is no good. Ibarra with the rebound. Boomers quickly push the ball up the floor. Riley Douglas Fisher finds Bailey Nelson, who goes up for a layup, and she's going to be fouled by Aragonez. And that's what the Boomers going to need to do, is push the ball and not allow that defense to get set up.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity. That was a great look, you know. And not making the bucket, yeah, that's obviously the ultimate goal, but being able to draw contact, because right now she's taking the shots, everybody else gets a breather. So, you know, maybe that might be the play to kind of get a timeout without getting a timeout as we continue on in this fourth quarter.
Bailey Nelson hits the front end of the free throw. She misses the second. Castillo comes up the rebound. Ergañez was charged with foul. That's her third of the game. So the Lady Tigers push the ball up the floor. Furnish takes a jumper from inside the lane. It is no good. She goes up for the rebound as well as Briley Douglas Fisher, and they are called. They get called at the jump ball. Boomers are going to have possession. So Lexi Middle takes the inbound. She's been trapped. She finds Floyd, who has an opportunity to push the ball. Floyd gets it across the timeline. She pulls it back as gets it to Mendel. Mendel's going to set up the offense for the Boomers. Mendel, a little crossover move down to her left. She goes up for the layup, no good. Castillo pulls down the rebound for the Lady Tigers. She's going to push up. Floyd stops her about midcourt. She finds Valdez, almost throws out of bounds. Valdez picks it, gets the ball, and then Floyd strips her, gets the rebound. Floyd finds Bailey Nelson. Nelson goes up for the layup. It's no good. And it looked like she may have drew some contact, but they didn't call it. Castillo comes up the rebound. She hits Vasquez, who's trapped, and gets it back to Castillo. Castillo picks up a dribble at half court. She finds Valdez on the left side near the sideline, dribbles back to the middle of the floor to set up the offense. Good job by Taylor Floyd. And the Lady Tigers get the ball underneath the Furnish, and the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. I believe it's going to be Ibarra is the one who actually knocked the ball out of bounds for the Boomers on the layup opportunity. So good defense by the Boomers there. Anytime you can be underneath the bucket, make contact, and not be called a foul is a great play in my opinion. So the inbound is the ball's brought inbounds. Castillo has the ball for a long two just inside the 3-point. From the right side, it's no good. Lexi Mendel picks up the rebound. She gets the ball quickly across half court. She pulls it back just in time. See an opportunity to take the ball. She swings it over to Douglas Fisher, finds Ibarra. Ibarra back out to 3-point opportunity by Floyd. Floyd misses, no good. Brought in by Vasquez. Valdez brings the ball across half court with just 2 minutes to go here in the game. Douglas Fisher forces Valdez to pass the ball to Vasquez. Vasquez, Castillo for a long 3-pointer. She banks it in from the right wing. It's good. So they cut into the Boomer lead with kind of an ugly shot, but points are points. Yeah. And Guymon cuts in the lead. It's 42-30 with a minute to go here in the ball game. Yeah, points are points, and when you talk about points, we only scored one in the first 7 minutes, and the Guymon Tigers have created a run. They've got 10 this quarter, so can we hang on? You don't want that to be your game plan. You want to be able to drive the court and create a couple more shot opportunities, but at the same time stay healthy while doing it. It's going to be a long tournament. You want to make sure that you got the legs to continue. Yeah, and we've seen the Boomers with with opportunities here in the second half. With good ball movement, getting the ball down floor. There's been several times where we got the ball down floor, haven't been able to convert. Thinking maybe we're going to get the foul call. The foul call's not there, so you still got to play with what the officials are going to give you. But if you're getting the ball at least down the floor, that's longer that Guymon has to get. And with the 12-point lead, with I think I said a minute. It's actually a minute 46 to go with the 12-point lead. The time is still on your side here if you're the Boomers. It is, but here's what I'll say is I've seen 20-point leads go very, very quickly. Just based off of fouls or turnovers or time. There's so many timeouts in basketball. You can hold on to a 10-second game for probably a good 8 to 15 minutes. So and Guymon does get a quick foul. That was their fourth foul. It's going to go to Vasquez. So still one more foul until the Boomers are in the bonus. Lexi Mendel trapped just on the Boomer side of half court. She gets out of the trap. Bailey Nelson has the ball in the right wing. And Nelson throws the ball away. It's going to be picked off by Furnish. Furnish is going to bring the ball to the court. She's going to pull up at the block. No good. Nelson comes down with the rebound. She gets it over to Mendel. And I think, now the Boomer's going to have an opportunity. She passes the ball up to Miller. Miller hits Bradley Douglas Fisher on the right block. She lays it up good. 44-30 Boomers with 1:05 to go. And Valdez brings the ball up. She hits Vasquez. Vasquez swings it out to Castillo. Castillo with another three-pointer from the right corner. And Coach Chapman quickly calls timeout with 55 seconds to go. And the lead is an 11-point lead for the Boomers, 44-33. So that's kind of what we were talking about. You know, Boomers had opportunities. They're moving the ball. But again, if you don't convert on one end, they're going to knock down the three on the other, and that just cuts into the lead.
Yeah, and honestly, and this is totally, you know, just my opinion with the time that's allotted. The game's been going on for you know, almost full four quarters. There hasn't been very many threes, and so just let the clock kind of burn out, force those long throws to happen. And yes, it's only an 11-point game. You don't really need to get aggressive until it's within 4. You know, if it's 11 points, let time tick and force them to take those deep shots, block underneath. Ensure you're going to get that rebound, and once you win the possession, get into a position where you can stall that clock out and force them into that 5th foul and get your opportunities at the line to extend the lead.
Yeah, that's my thing for the Boomers is they get the ball across half court. Don't worry about putting points on the board at this point. You know, unless it's wide open and you have that opportunity. You know, but you got 55 seconds left. It's an 11-point ball game. You know, use that clock and force them to foul if they need to. So they're going to try to trap the Boomers. Lexi Mendel breaks the trap. She's bringing the ball all the way at the court, coast to coast, and not very good defense there by the Lady Tigers as Mendel goes coast to court. 33, Guymon. And Castillo takes another long three. It is no good. Bailey Nelson comes down with the rebound. She swings at the Mendel, who again pushes the ball up the floor. Castillo finally fouls Mendel on the Boomers' half of the floor. 28.4 seconds to go. Boomers have a 13-point lead, and that's Castillo's 5th personal foul. Coming on the floor to replace her is going to be Celise. Lexi Mendel goes to the line shooting 2 in that bonus. Mendel's first free throw is good to extend the lead. Mendel looks to make it a 15-point difference here, and it is no good. So it is 47-33 lead with 25 seconds to go. On the inbound, Guymon loses control of the ball. Taylor Floyd jumps in there for the tie-up. Possession stays with the Lady Tigers. Coach Moore is going to tell the Boomers to kind of just play off of them. You know, don't let them take easy shots, but you know, let's not foul. Let's get this game over with. So Valdez brings the ball across the half court, swings it over to Vasquez. Vasquez with the three, no good. Lexi Mendel flies in there for the rebound. She pulls down the rebound, and it looks like they are going to get the jump ball. Boomers are going to have possession of the ball. Floyd inbounds to Mendel. Mendel back to Floyd. 9 seconds to go. Guymon trapping. I don't know if they can actually force the 10-second here. And finally, Guymon is called for the foul. I think they were trying to foul. Officials doing everything they could not to give it to him. I think, you know, just looking at the time, there was less than 10 seconds to go, but they had to make the call. So now Taylor Floyd is going to go to the line with 1.8 seconds to go. Boomers are up by 14, 47-33. Floyd's first free throw is good. And Floyd's second free throw, no good. And that is going to do it for the ball game. Boomers get their first win of the year over the Guymon Tigers. Boomers win 48-33. We're going to take a quick break here as we wrap up this girls game, and we get set up for the boys game. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
And we're back here at Boomer Fieldhouse as we wrap up the Boomer girls get their first win of the year to move to 1-3 and win their first game of the WHS Winter Classic with a win over the Guymon Lady Tigers 48-33. Chris, kind of looking back, how's the scoring look for the Boomers?
For the Boomers, we had Briley Douglas Fisher leading the team with 18. Following her, we had a pretty tight race with Mendel with 9, Nelson had 8, Boyd with 6, and then we had Miller with 3, Colt with 2, and Stinnett got on the board tonight with 2 points. Over for the Guymon Lady Tigers, we had Argoniez with 9, Tuttle with 7, Castilla with 6, and Vasquez with 5, Valdez with 3, and Furnish with 3.
Okay, and we're haven't started the clock here between games just yet, but thinking about that game, I'm kind of throw you for put you on the spot here. Who would you say would be the player of the game for the Boomers?
Well, I mean, points are one thing. I really liked her energy. I really liked Briley Douglas Fisher for, I guess, if you would give a player of the game. It really it was a team thing. There were moments where one player shined and really stepped up big. Nelson had back-to-back threes that really kind of propelled us in that third quarter. And Lexi Mendel was clean on a couple of her finishes, but again, I'll kind of give the effort play of Briley Douglas Fisher. She was needed, I think, for us to kind of have a foot in this game and be in a position to win.
Yeah, I think Briley kind of added a little bit of intensity that, we always know she's going to go out there, she's going to give all the effort she can, and she's going to, lead the Boomers on the floor, lead the Boomers in the locker room. But she's just kind of she played angry at times tonight, especially with rebounding opportunities and things like that. And I think Briley getting the player of the game is a really good call right there. That's the Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game. Bank of Western Oklahoma goes beyond banking. No matter where you are, the Bank of Western Oklahoma is always close. Find a location near you at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. Briley Douglas Fisher is our Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game. So with the victory, the Boomers are going to move on. They are going to take on 6A UConn tomorrow at 6 o'clock. UConn won 73-12 over Liberal JV earlier today, so that's going to be a 6 o'clock game right here, Boomer Fieldhouse in the winners bracket, the semifinal game. And Guymon's going to drop to the losers bracket. They will play at 12:40 tomorrow. I guess that would technically be afternoon. I still almost said morning, but tomorrow afternoon they're going to take on Liberal JV. So we have about 8 minutes to go here. We're going to kind of take a quick reset. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back, and we are going to preview the boys matchup between the Boomers and the Tigers here as we start boys action at the Woodward High School Winter Classic. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
At Bank of Western Oklahoma, we've been a cornerstone of the community since 1908. Being locally owned and operated, we understand the values and the culture that define in Western Oklahoma. From supporting local farmers to helping small businesses thrive, we take pride in offering personalized banking solutions that reflect our deep understanding of Western Oklahoma. Discover the difference of a bank that's been by your side for generations. Bank of Western Oklahoma. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Boomer Fieldhouse and Pioneer, unleash tomorrow's potential with Pioneer Fiber Internet and get speedy and reliability. Surf, stream, and stay connected with Pioneer Fiber. Just Wells Chevrolet in Shattuck, where honesty is not just a word, it's how they drive every deal. JustWellsChevrolet.com or call them at 580-938-2122. And High Plains Tire. Visit High Plains Tire at 2220 Main Street. It's where your dollar goes further. So now as we reset after the girls pick up their first win of the season over the Guymon Lady Tigers, now we switch to the boys contest tonight. The boys are, before we get into kind of previewing this game, let's kind of run down how the brackets played out so far today. Right before the girls' game, we actually had our only close game of the night. It was the 440 game between Elk City and Perryton. Boomers knocked off Elk City really handily to open the season. Elk City picked up the 1-point victory. Perryton had an opportunity at the buzzer. The shot was blocked, so Elk City wins 33-32. Elk City advances to play Liberal, who essentially got that bye because they were originally set up to play the Woodward JV. So Elk City and Liberal will play tomorrow at 4:40. And the first boys game of the day, it was UConn and Liberal JV. And UConn didn't have much trouble right there. That makes Coach Godwin happy, seeing his alma mater pick up the victory. UConn wins 102-20. So the winner of this game between the Boomers and the Tigers, they will move on to take on 6A UConn at 6:20 tomorrow, while Liberal JV falls into the consolation bracket for the 2 o'clock game against the loser of this game. And let me get myself settled here. Previewing this game, the Boomers are 1-2 this season. Real tough road stretch for the Boomers after the first win. They had to go play Weatherford and Anadarko. They lost to Anadarko Tuesday night 72-63. Freshman sensation Caden Gaines continues to lead the Boomers as he had 21 points the other night against the Warriors, and they did everything they could to keep the ball out of his hands. He took plenty of shots, but Gage Hutchins also stepped up with a huge game. He set the tone for the Boomers in the first half, helping them dig out of a 10-0 hole to begin the game. Gage finished the night with 19 points. Looking back, Chris, on that Anadarko game, what were some of your thoughts from that game?
You know, I just like the competitiveness. It's exciting to see when you got a whole group of guys that are willing to do a little extra for the next one. And you know, Gage Hutchins, he is that player. He is that heart player, that drive player. He will sacrifice his body for the greater good of the team. And you know, talking with him after the game, that was his so far up to this point. That's the thing that I liked. I said, "Is that your career high?" He said, "Yeah, so far." And so, like, you know, like that's just a bar, and he's setting to go above it and whatnot. But he really does sacrifice a lot for the team, and I was glad to see that he had a night like he did. You know, obviously, here's what I actually am really enjoying out of this group is they're finding a balance to you know, players' abilities and really exploiting that as they move forward. And Caden has had quite a bit of minutes already, and he's proven to be worth the time. And you know, unfortunately for the Boomers, you know, a 1-2 start sounds bad, but when you consider what you've had to do, you've had 3 straight road games. You go on the road to Weatherford. They've been a state championship, like in the state championship. They've been runner-up last couple of years. They're potentially on their 3rd run attempt at that run, and so they're a quality team. They're very, very seasoned, senior heavy, that kind of thing. And we're still a young group, I believe. So you know, it's exciting to know that that it didn't go our way. However, we were competitive and then put something together against them. Then you go against Anadarko, who again has that veteran or that exposure to deep sea playoff play. And you know, that we gave them all that we got. You look at the score of that, it was closer than what that score shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was way closer than that. So excited about the competitive play from the Boomers.
And setting up to tonight's ball game, Boomers' opponent, the Guymon Tigers, they are 0-2 on the season. They went to El Reno and lost a tough game against the what is El Reno? My mind just went blank on El Reno's nickname.
Indians?
Indians.
Yeah.
Okay. So the El Reno Indians, they lost 72-35 on Tuesday. They were 8-17 last season, failing to make the playoffs in 5A. And like I said, you know, while 4A, everybody gets to go to the playoffs. It's district play for in 5A, so they failed to make the playoffs. Guymon beat the Boomers last year in the Winter Classic 59-52. Woodward got revenge in the Kingfisher tournament, though, later in the season. Guymon is led by Tesfaye Lyer, I believe that's how you say his name, and Malachi Martinez. They're overall a senior-heavy squad with 4 of their 5 starters being seniors. They're led by head coach Michael Schnatz, who has actually been all over the state. He actually had a short stint up in Freedom. So Coach Schnatz, and I believe he goes by Coach Germany. You know, he kind of has a Coach Germany. Like I said, is at Freedom. He's also had some time at Moreland, Blue Jacket, and Arcoma. So as the teams go over to the bench and they get ready to line up for the opening lineups, and that's one of my favorite things about games, especially tournament games here at Boomer Fieldhouse, is when they play Oklahoma. It's nothing like here in Oklahoma with a minute to go at the big house on state championship Saturday, but it's always good to hear it anytime when you're sitting in a gym getting ready to play a game. So we're going to turn it over for the starting lineups for the Boomers and the Tigers. And there are your starting lineups for tonight's ball game between the Boomers and the Tigers. Quick rundown here. Guymon, they're going to start 5'9" senior Malachi Martinez, 5'11" senior Caden Keenan, 6'4" senior Jamison Montgomery, 6'1" senior Tesfaye Lyer. That's how they said that. And then 6'4" sophomore Alameu Lyer as well. For the Boomers, you have Carter Reed, senior, 6'1", Connor Price, senior, 5'8", Caden Gaines, freshman, 6'7", Gage Hutchins, junior, 5'9", and Connor Sunderland, a 6'4" senior. So the Boomers have possession of the ball after the tip. Carter Reed finds Caden Gaines underneath the basket for the easy 2 points. Guymon inbounds the ball. And Tesfaye Lyer swings the ball over to Caden Keenan, who passed the ball up to looks like Alameu. Alameu Lyer passes to his brother Tesfaye, who finds an opportunity guarded by Caden Gaines. Lyer to his right. goes up for a long two, guarded by Gaines. Connor Price brings down the rebound, hits Gaines on the fast break. Gaines slams it down. 7:09, less than a minute. The Boomers have a 4-point lead, 4-0 over the Tigers. Great defense by the Boomers on the inbound. Lyer has the ball being guarded by Connor Price, not allowing him. Lyer finally crosses up. Price pulls up at the free throw line in the middle of the lane. Good. Quickly, Boomers get the ball down for it, and actually it was the official who stopped the Boomers. Long three-point from the right wing by Caden Gaines is no good. Lyer comes down with the rebound. Quickly, the Tigers push the ball up the floor. Alameda Lyer with the ball on the left wing, being guarded by Carter Reed. He swings it over to Keenan. Keenan trying to make a long pass, deflected, but Lyer comes down with the rebound. He drives the baseline and gets the layup to tie the game. 4-4. Boomers quickly push the ball up the floor. Carter Reed on the right side. Reed hits Gage Hutchins, and the ball, Gage loses control and knocks the ball out of bounds for the first turnover for the Boomers.
Yeah, just an unfortunate pass right there. Carter went for a bounce pass as Gage is making an overlap and run. Timing, space, all that stuff just didn't seem to work on that play.
And Tesfaye Lyer passes it in to Jameson Montgomery, who finds the other Lyer brother, who goes up for a shot, no good. Brought down by Caden Gaines, who finds Gage Hutchins in stride for an easy layup from the left side. 6-4 Boomers with 5:35 to go in the first quarter. Guymon brings the ball up court, and Lyer passes the ball up to Jameson Montgomery, who is fouled from behind by Connor Sunderland. Last night we had Coach Uribe on the coach's show, and he talked about Connor and how he felt like one of the MVPs of the Anadarko game was Connor Sunderland, based on understanding his role and kind of letting the game play out with him on the bench. So,
I mean, when you got a squad like we've got, we have a lot of different abilities, a lot of different packages that could work. And yeah, you want to be on the court. Yes, you want the playing time. However, sometimes the matchups just aren't in your favor, and having a team player like that is big for any program.
So Guymon turns the ball over with the 3-point. With 3 seconds in the lane, and quickly Boomers score. Caden Gaines with a really good roll, finger roll underneath the basket to make it 8-4. Carter Reed steals the ball, gets it to Gaines. Gaines misses the dunk, and Keenan comes down with the rebound. Guymon pushes the ball up. Lyer has the ball on the left wing, and I don't know if he got rim or not. Students down there, Boomer student section, saying air ball. So,
yeah, and to talk about Gaines' dunk, we're talking about a wide open opportunity. I would be surprised if he attempted another dunk in this first half. Not out of humiliation, but just out of assurance, right? Like, I mean, an easy bucket opportunity.
But this is exactly how dangerous Gaines is the Boomers find Gaines at the top of the key, just turns around and pulls up, knocks down the three-pointer. And quickly, Coach Germany is going to take a timeout, and it's going to be a 30-second timeout for the Tigers. And Boomers have a 11-4 lead. Great Plains Bank, Heritage Trust, respect. These are all things that make Great Plains Bank great. With deep roots across Oklahoma and Texas, they are in touch with the communities in which they live and work. And Compass Athletics with sports equipment to championship trophies and everything in between. 2024 Main and Woodward, 580-256-7045. So with 4:26 to go here in the first quarter, the Boomers lead the Guymon Tigers 11-4. Guymon gets the ball in. Great pressure by the Boomers. Boomers trap. Get them trapped. Guymon gets the ball out. Lyer tries to get free from Caden Gaines, but they're gonna get the 10-second call, and it's gonna be a turnover. Boomers ball in their end of the floor. So Connor Price swings it over to Reed. Reed finds Connor Sunderland cutting to the basket, and they're going to say Connor traveled with the ball as he kind of shuffled his feet.
It's unfortunate because he wanted to do that bounce, that bounce. There's a play call.
Yeah, kind of second get stop jump.
Yeah. And the defender just gave him the space, which then his brain just naturally took 2 more steps.
But Boomers quickly force another turnover. Carter Reed gets a steal. He finds Caden Gaines. Caden turnaround jumper from the left side along the baseline. He knocks down 13-4 Boomers. 3:55 to go in the first quarter. Boomers playing good defense yet again. Guymon pushes the ball up the floor, almost turned it over, and Damian Ozeta gets the ball. Eventually, well, we got a loose ball. Ozeta again gets control of the ball. He finds a man underneath the basket, and that is going to be Jameson Montgomery. Boomers push the ball up the floor. Connor Sunderland hits Carter Reed from the free throw line. No good. Sunderland gets the rebound and the putback. 15-6 Boomers. On the inbound, Ozeta has the ball, gets across time, gets called cross court, and he tries to throw it down again for Montgomery. It is knocked away, and eventually Boomers, Connor Price gets controlled, but Price throws the ball away to Martinez. Martinez drives the ball down, and almost a goaltend, but they're going to allow Martinez miss the shot, but Lyer throws it, well, not really throws it down, but kind of a put back dunk to make it 15-8.
If that was at their house, the student section would have gone crazy. So luckily for us, it was at ours, so he didn't get all the applause.
So Price inbounding ball, gets Gaines, cut into the basket. The ball's going to be blocked by Lyer. The other Lyer comes up with the rebound. He pushes up the floor. He goes up for a floater, no good, misses. Carter Reed comes down with the rebound all the way to the floor, and he gets just a nice, easy finger roll layup to extend the lead 17-8. Quickly, Alameda Lyer gets the ball at the floor, and he is going to hit Connor Sunderland, and Connor is going to draw the offensive foul on Lyer.
When you look at Connor's stat sheet, over his career, the charge is something he's been able to control and make happen pretty frequently.
And so that's the first Guymon foul of the game, Lyer's first foul. Jake Graff is now on the floor for the Boomers, coming in to give Connor Price a rest, and I believe we're going to get a 30-second timeout here by Guymon. R5 Embroidery. When you work with R5 Custom Embroidery, you can count on a quick, fun, and enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed your expectations. Come chat with their screen printers about customized apparel, 817 Main in Woodward, or 580-256-3579. And Western Drug at 1021 Oklahoma and Woodward has friendly and caring staff, a drive-through window, and a driver window that is convenient. Always excellent service. 580-256-5586. And so we had a couple subs for the Boomers setting up with 2:23 to go here in the first quarter. Boomers lead 17-8 on the floor is Carter Reed, Jake Graff, Isaiah Washington, Gage Hutchins, and Caden Gaines. So Graff brings the ball across half court. Gaines collects the ball. He passes it to Reed, who hits Graff. Graff swings it over. Three-pointer from the left side for Gage Hutchins. Boom, it is good. 2:03 to go, 28 Boomers lead. Lyer swings it over to Alameda Lyer. Lyer back to his brother, who is being guarded by Gaines. And look at Lyer, great job. He drives to the left side, makes a little ball fake, and puts it in for a nice, easy 2. The Boomers get the ball back up the court. On the right wing is Carter Reed. He hits Caden Gaines in the left corner, and boom, he knocks it down. 23-10, Boomers lead with 1:30 to go in the first quarter. I like the ball movement by the Boomers here early. Quickly, Guymon pushes the ball up the floor. Lyer has Tessife Lyer has the ball. He's being guarded well by Isaiah Washington. He's looking for an opportunity to drive. Tesfaye pulls up at the free throw line. He knocks it down. He is good. He has a sweet shot. He knocks it down to cut the lead to 23-12 Boomers with a minute to go in the first quarter. Jake Graff brings the ball to the floor across the timeline, pushes over to Gaines, back to Graff, swings it over to Hutchins on the left wing. Graff with the ball, right wing, wide open, three-pointer, no good. And Alameu Liar is going to pull down the rebound. He's going to push the ball, get the ball to Ozeda. Ozeda is going to pass the ball over to Martinez, who's going to step out of bounds. And get a little extracurricular activity going on down there as well, it looked like. So with 38 seconds to go in the first quarter, Boomers lead 23-12. Jake Graff brings the ball up across half court. He's going to set it up, swing it to Gaines, right side. He finds Carter Reed in the right corner. Reed being guarded close. He kicks it across, and it is going to be picked off by Martinez. Martinez takes it all the way down, and he is going to be fouled on a layup attempt as he goes into Gage Hutchins, who is charged with a blocking foul.
Yeah, Gage tried to get his feet set before that contact happened, and unfortunately, to the official's eye, it didn't seem to be just in the nick of time.
So Martinez goes to the line, first shot of 2, and it is no good. With 17 seconds to go, Boomers lead the Guymon Tigers 23-12 here in the first quarter. Martinez's second shot is good. 23-13 Boomers. Graff cross half court along the right side. He comes back, drives back to the middle. He finds Carter Reed. Reed back to Graff. Washington at the free throw line, back to Reed. Hutchins from the right corner. 3-point no good. Isaiah Washington with the rebound and put back at the buzzer. Boomers in the first quarter with an easy second chance opportunity. Boomers lead 25-13 as the first quarter comes to an end. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
Tired of complicated Wi-Fi management? Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi makes it easy. With Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi, you can set your Wi-Fi password, view all your connected devices, and even run speed tests all from your phone. Need to set up parental controls? No problem. Simple, smart, secure. Stay connected and in control with Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Visit GoPioneer.com to learn more.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
And we're back here at Boomer Fieldhouse as we are set to begin the second quarter. The Boomers lead the Guymon Tigers 25-13. On the floor for the Boomers, we have Graff, Hutchins, Price, Gaines, and Isaiah Washington. And making his first appearance for the Tigers is going to be 6-foot senior Connor Stelzer. So Tesfaye Liar brings the ball across midcourt as we get the second quarter underway. He drives a little spin move at the free throw line. He goes up and knocks down the jumper to cut the lead to 10. Quickly, Boomers push the ball up. Graff tries to find Gaines along the right sideline, but Alameu Lair knocks the ball out of bounds. Gaines inbounds the ball, and it is well read by Damian Ozeda. Gaines recognizes it, goes a little high, and I think they're going to say nobody made contact, so the ball's going to go back to the original spot it was inbounded, and Tigers will have the ball.
Yeah, Guymon did really well there to just kind of bait Gaines into throwing that pass. I mean, it was never going to be completed, and Guymon just force that play into their hands.
So the very athletic Ozeta dribbles down the lane, dishes it off to Alameda Lyer, who puts it in for an easy layup, 25-17. Boomers lead, 7:20 to go. Graf finds Isaiah Washington middle lane, free throw or jumper no good, brought down by Alameda Lyer, who then turns it over, finds Gage Hutchins, picks off the pass, but he loses his feeding, and as he starts to slide, he passes to Alameda, picks it back up, and the ball is knocked out of bounds on the drive. So coming back on the floor for the Boomers is going to be Carter Reed and Connor Sunderland, replacing Washington and Graf. Inbound goes to Alameda Lyer at the top of the key, and his three-pointer is no good. And there's going to be a foul on the rebound. Foul is going to be on Romeo Morgan. 6:48 to go here in the second quarter. Boomers lead 25-17. Connor Price across midcourt. He swings it over to the right wing to Carter Reed. Carter Reed finds Caden Gaines from the corner, and boom, he knocks it down. 6:35 to go. 28-17 Boomers. So Guymon Tigers inbound. Boomers playing, giving some pressure. Carter Reed picks off the pass at midcourt. He finds Gage Hutchins, who swings it over to Connor Price. Connor Price with the three-pointer. It bounces around, and bam, it falls in for a three-pointer. It's 31-17 Boomers with 6 minutes to go. Boomers, again, add some pressure. Guymon breaks the pressure, but ultimately throws the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Boomers forced to turn it over.
Yeah, Connor Price's shot looked like it had a little bit of dial-up. It would not connect with the net for just for a minute. So.
Yeah, I think it bounced around. Telfaye has the ball, swings it over to Martinez in the right corner. He shot fakes, drives in, dumps it off to Stelzer, who loses control of the ball. Cole Reed comes up with the loose ball, and alley-oop opportunity. Hutchins to Gaines is no good, and the ball is knocked out of bounds underneath the basket. Guymon Tiger ball.
Okay, I didn't see an alley-oop play coming into it, so other than that, Gaines hasn't been able to find an opportunity to take it down. But, you don't pass that chance up. You're in front of your home crowd for the first time.
Boomers trap Lair in the corner, but he's able to get it out. Dumps it underneath Keenan. Keenan throws the ball away to Carter Reed, comes up to the steal. Boomers push the ball. He finds Hutchins. Hutchins pulls it down, drives it to his right, pulls up the free throw line, no good. And Telfaye Lyer comes down with the rebound, pushes the ball up the floor. He swings it over to Martinez from the right, in the right side. He knocks down the three. He gives a little bit of a nod to the Boomer crowd, but quickly Boomers push the ball up. Gage Hutchins gets underneath the basket. They hit him with an easy two. Boomers lead 37-21. Gage on the opposite end of the floor comes in and almost comes up with the steal, knocks the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, that's his third trip that way, and on the last possession, not the one that he hit the three, but the one prior to that, Gage did the same exact thing. Swooped in, just did a behind the back pass that led to Carter Reed having an opportunity at the other basket.
And Gage is going to get a break after his good play. Aaron Laredo comes in there, and on the inbound, Laredo ties up Guymon. Possession stays with Guymon. Gaines going to take his first break of the game as Graf comes in for him. And so Guymon has the ball. It's Telfaye Lyer on the W at midcourt. He's going to drive to his left. He's being guarded by Laredo. He has to give it up to Martinez. Carter Reed guards Martinez. Martinez pulls up. Shot off the glass, no good. And there's going to be a foul on the rebound. I think the foul is going to be against Telfaye Lear, however you say that last name. It's his first personal third Guymon foul of the quarter with 3:45 to go. Boomers lead 36-21. Carter Reed with the ball. He finds he finds Sunderland, who hits Cole Reed. Cole Reed drives to his left, a pull-up jumper, knocks it down. 38-21 Boomers with 3:30 to go in the first half. So Telfair Lear brings the ball, hits Martinez across the floor. Martinez being guarded close by Cole Reed. Graff comes in, traps him. He has to give it up. Back to Martinez, back to Telfair. They're going to try to set it up. Telfair Liar pulls up for a long three-pointer. No good. Jake Graff pulls down the rebound, and then it's going to be knocked away by Guymon, and it knocked into Jake as Jake's falling out of bounds, and so it is going to be Guymon's ball underneath their own basket.
Yeah, I mean, for a clean play, that had a lot of contact, so, you know,
They're letting them play, but they're letting them play kind of across the board. So Caden Gaines now on the floor replacing Sunderland. Inbound goes to Telfair Lear. He pulls up, no good. Carter Reed brings the ball, hits Laredo in the left corner. His three-pointer is no good. Guymon gets the ball, quickly turns it over. Laredo again Laredo passes it to the right side for a jumper from the right side. Caden Gaines knocks it down, 40-21. Caden now has 22 points here in the first half. So Martinez gets the ball from the right corner for three, no good. Gaines swoops in for the rebound. He gets the ball up, fast break layup for Jake Graff, and it is good. 42-21 quickly, 2:22 to go here in the second quarter. Guymon's bringing the ball up. It's Ozeta. Ozeta being guarded close by Cole Reed. Cole almost strips him. Ozeta comes back up with the ball, and Cole is called with the foul.
Yeah, Ozeta, quick reaction there because Cole did swipe it. I mean, Cole had possession of the ball. Ozeta just on his back foot just pushed himself into a position that had the angle on the ball and was able to pick up the foul here.
So Cole Reed comes back to the bench, and he is replaced by Colt Moore. And on the inbound, Telfair steps. He gets caught in the corner and takes a quick step back across half court for the back court. Excuse me, it was not Cole who came off the floor. It looks like it was Carter Reed who's the one who came off the floor. And Jake Graff is stripped by Yahadi Hernandez. I'm not sure how you say that first name. He's stripped, goes in for a layup, and he is fouled. Fouled by Graff. That is Graff's first foul and the third Boomer foul of the quarter with 1:57 here in the second quarter. Hernandez's first free throw is no good. Hernandez's second free throw is no good. The ball is going to go out of bounds. It's going to go to the Boomers with 1:56 to go here in the second quarter. Boomers lead 42-21. Cole Reed inbounds the ball to Graff. Graff crosses midcourt at the logo. He takes the ball to the right side, trying to find Gaines, and they're shutting it down, so he reverses course. He goes in for a layup. He grabbed, but they didn't, no call. He misses the layup, and Guymon throws the ball way back to Graff. Graff hits Laredo on the fast break, and Laredo kind of got caught underneath the basket as he tried to stop. Took too many steps.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He had a great finish, and you know, yet again the same spot as what Sunderland found himself in earlier on. Just an extra 2 steps there.
Tesfaye being guarded by Laredo. He takes Laredo to the right and lays it in with an easy layup. So Boomers quickly get the ball inbound. King Gaines has the ball. He pulls up at the free throw line. It is no good. Telfair Liar comes up with the rebound. He pushes the ball up. 1:10 left to go here in the second quarter. Lear takes Gaines on the dribble. He pulls up with the mid-range jumper, no good. Colt Moore with the rebound. He pushes the ball up the floor. He's going to take it all the way, and he's going to be charged with the charge there. I think, I think that was probably the right call. He kind of got caught in that intermediate range where the only thing he could do was go up for it. So that's going to be Moore's first foul of the game. So 55 seconds left. Guymon has the ball. Telfair Lair comes down. He gets trapped. He sends the ball up the floor to another Ozeta. This is Andy Ozeta, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. So 43 seconds left in the second quarter. Ozeta's going to inbound the ball, and he hits Hernandez. Hernandez back to Ozeta. Ozeta dribbles to his right, kicks it out to Lyer, who takes a jumper, no good. Brought in by Colt Moore, and Colt is going to be fouled. And I think this foul is going to be charged to Andy Ozeta, and that's his fourth Guymon foul. So with 30 seconds left, Boomer ball. Gage Hutchins on the right wing, left wing, back to Jake Graff in the middle of the floor, back to Hutchins, back to Graff standing on the W. He swings it over to Colt Moore. Colt being guarded closely. He waits till somebody comes up. He hits Graff. And Graff's going to reset at 14 seconds left. I think Boomer's going to just take a nice, easy opportunity and try to take the last shot. They're passing it around. 6 seconds left. And Caden Gaines is going to be fouled. I don't know. I mean, it's going to put Gaines to the line. So I guess maybe Guymon's thinking if we get the foul, we have a last chance opportunity to get a little bit of momentum. It's the wrong person to foul if you're going to foul, I think. So Gaines is going to take his first free throw, and it is good. So with 5.7 seconds left, Boomers lead 43-23. Gaines has 23 points here in the first half. Second free throw is good to extend the lead to 21. And Guymon, I think, is going to, Telfair is going to take a long three-pointer, no good, as time expires here in the first half. The Boomers lead the Guymon Tigers 44-23. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
Tired of complicated Wi-Fi management? Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi makes it easy. With Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi, you can set your Wi-Fi password, view all your connected devices, and even run speed tests all from your phone. Need to set up parental controls? No problem. Simple, smart, secure. Stay connected and in control with Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi. Visit GoPioneer.com to learn more.
Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse. Scott here. We're at halftime of the Woodward boys game at WHS Winter Classic first round against the Guymon Tigers. The Boomer boys lead 44-23. Sealing State Bank now with a branch in Woodward at their new location, 2314 Williams. Sealing State Bank Woodward branch offers full-service banking, including personal checking, savings, home and commercial loans, mobile and online banking, wire transfers, and more. M&D Enterprises Lawnmower Shop for your best lawn, porch, or patio. M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your greenscape that little piece of heaven you have always dreamed of. Locations in Woodward, Canton, and Weatherford. And Smith & Co. Auction Realty, Oklahoma's real estate and land auction experts. Smith & Co. is your number one choice for all your land auction and real estate needs. 580-254-3975. Or email Ira at smithcorealestate.com. So again, Boomers lead, have a 21-point lead here at halftime, 44-23. Chris, how's our scoring look?
Let's see. Caden Gaines leading the pack for the Boomers, 24. He's got 24 in the first half. pretty good. Pretty good start.
That works.
Underneath him, we've got Gage Hutchins with 7, and then Connor Price with 3, and then we got a series of Boomers who have 2. We got Carter Reed with 2, we've got Sunderland with 2, we got Jake Graff with 2, and Isaiah Washington with 2, and Cole Reed with 2. Over on the Guymon Tigers, we have Tesfaye Lyer with 12, and his brother with 4. And then Martinez with 3, Montgomery with 2, and Stelzer with 1.
And that is your halftime stats from High Plains Tire. Visit High Plains Tire at 2220 Main Street in Woodward. It's where your dollar goes further. Boomers lead 44-23, 21-point lead. Chris, kind of looking back at the half, what were some of your thoughts?
Man, we played fast, and that was a good thing, and then it was a bad thing. I would say that we got into a position where our passing kind of got crazy, and we started, unfortunately, like just blatantly turning the ball over, forcing ourselves into a bad position and having to play a pass that wasn't really a great option, and put either you turn the ball over or you put your teammate in a bad position to try and clean up that type of pass. And so played quick. Obviously Caden Gaines is off to a pretty good start, and he's finishing really well. He's also one of those that had that errant mistake where he finished, or he missed an opportunity he should have finished, and so it's a good half for the Boomers. We're not going to complain about it, but in the locker room, the conversation's got to be clean up the passes, stay in control. We can't let the emotions of the game get too high to where we can't focus on the little details to where we can finish and improve on our lead and improve in what we're trying to do as a team.
Yeah, I think one thing the Boomers kind of struggling with here is kind of the quickness of the guards for Guymon. I think that's kind of caught them off guard. It's cost us to force some bad passes at times, and try to do a little too much. And they're kind of the opposite. And Darko played really good defense and did really well, but sometimes the way that Guymon is overplaying, that's kind of frustrating the Boomers. So as we come down here in the heading to the second half, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to set up the third quarter and kind of recap the day's action on the boys' side. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
At Bank of Western Oklahoma, we know what it takes to keep your farm running smoothly. Our experienced lenders understand agriculture and offer competitive loans for real estate, livestock, equipment, and more. We are locally owned and invested in our communities, making decisions that benefit you quickly. Bank of Western Oklahoma, the bank that works as hard as you do. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Boomers come back out here at halftime to shoot around. Boomers have a 21-point lead over the Guymon Tigers at half, 44-23. Let's kind of look at the brackets and how things have played out so far today. First boys game of the day, UConn dominated Liberal JV. They beat them 102-20, and then UConn is going to advances to the 7:20 game, and they will play the winner of this game today between the Boomers and the Tigers. And Liberal JV will play the loser of this game at 2 o'clock tomorrow. The early matchup for tomorrow is going to be Liberal versus Elk City. Elk City knocked off Perryton 33-32. Perryton had an opportunity at the buzzer. Fortunately for them, ball was blocked, so they are going to drop into the losers bracket to play the Woodward JV at 11:20 tomorrow. So kind of as we look forward to the second half, Chris, I feel like, if the Boomers kind of slow down a little bit. And sometimes when you have the opportunities the Boomers have, get a little too excited, you know, and that really after dealing with the last 2 games against Weatherford, who should be winning a gold ball this year, if not in the state championship. They went against Anadarko the other night, who, you know, more than likely will be a 3A state tournament team, and played them very close and had a chance late. You know, I think, you know, the Boomers come out against Guymon, they have a lot more opportunities, and I think they're kind of getting a little too excited, and that's causing some of the kind of, I guess you can say, stupid turnovers the Boomers have had.
Yeah, it's a challenge to overcome. You know, you're early in the season. We're not supposed to be sharp yet. Like we're going to have these errors, and I'm excited for this group, man. It's nice to see that they're playing tough competition early. They're exposing areas that they really like, the root of problems. Like that's what good teams do. They expose like teams' weaknesses, and you know, when you play teams of lesser competition, man, it's hard to identify things. You know, you don't know. Like, you don't know what you need to work on. You play the good teams and they expose them. And so I expect the coaches to have identified some of those weaknesses, and we're probably seeing the benefit of that right now. And maybe that's part of the reason why we're having so many open opportunities to transition the floor as much. But at the same time, okay, now we're in this position. How do we keep it? How do we maintain the lead? How do we keep the game under our terms or speed of play? And this is a great opportunity to figure that out.
Yeah, and I think that's one thing that, you know, we talked a lot about, Tyler and I talked a lot about in the during football season. We talked about some here early in the basketball season, the steps a program takes. And, you know, the other night we saw kind of, you know, when you're in those close games, you haven't quite figured out how to win those close games yet, how to get over the hump. You know, they've taken that step where they're kind of maintaining, you know, playing well, and then you come into a game like this and you're seeing those kind of, whenever you do have that advantage, getting too worked up, getting too excited, making some mistakes. So as you move forward, it feels like, you know, this is a great opportunity for the Boomers to kind of take that next step in maturity of, hey, we got to maintain this lead. We're going to put them on them, kind of put our foot on the throat, kind of hold them down, and we're just going to take care of business. So Boomers going to go over, team's going to go over the bench as time is running off here at halftime. I think we're kind of waiting for the officials. I don't even see officials out there yet. There they are. These guys, I think this is their third game, so.
Got to make sure the knees are locked in, you know. It's hard on the legs.
It is. We got Drew Pinker down there. He can get through it. So, all right. So coming out on the floor to start the second half for the Boomers, you have Connor Price, Gage Hutchins, Caden Gaines, Carter Reed, Connor Sunderland, and for the Guymon Tigers, you have your starters Malachi Martinez, Caden Keenan, Jamison Montgomery, Tesfaye Lear, and Alameda Lear. So Guymon's going to inbound the ball to start the second half. Tesfaye brings the ball, being across half court, being guarded by Gage Hutchins. And Gage kind of knocked down. Gaines picks him up. Guymon gets the ball down on the block to Montgomery, and Alameda Lear comes down with the rebound. He puts it in. Boomers puts the ball up court. Carter Reed from the left side drives in, passes it out to Sunderland, over to Connor Price, who Gage Hutchins for three from the right corner, no good. Carter Reed comes down with the offensive board, and with a tough fadeaway shot, knocks it down. 46-25 Boomers. So the Boomers trap Lear. He gets out. He finds his brother Connor Sunderland, picks him up along the sideline. He finds Telfay, cut to the basket. He kicks it out to Keenan. Keenan takes a shot, no good. And I think they're going to get, and they're going to get Carter Reed with a foul as he's trying to block out Kanan Geeden on the rebound. So Guymon's going to inbound the ball. Martinez And Martinez waiting too long to inbound the ball. Passes up a couple of open opportunities. Wanting to go to a certain, looks like he's wanting to go to Alameu, and he held onto the ball a little too long, so they get the 5-second call. Boomers ball. Connor Price brings the ball across half court to the right side to Kane Gaines. Gaines goes back to Price. He swings it over to Hutchins. Hutchins on the left wing, back to Price, back to Hutchins, the left wing for a three-point opportunity. No good. Looks like coming down with the rebound is going to be Jameson Montgomery. And he finds Lyer. Lyer finds his brother on the block, and he's going to put a shoulder into Connor Sunderland. Connor Sunderland is going to draw the offensive foul. And that is Alameu's second personal foul of the game, and I believe that's going to be the first for the Guymon Tigers here in the second half. 6:29 to go. Boomers lead 46-25. Boomers inbound with no pressure. Connor Price has the ball across half court. He hits Kane Gaines on the right side. Back to CP near midcourt. CP dumps it over the top to Carter Reed. Back to CP at the top of the key. He pulls up for three. No good. Caden Gaines goes up for the rebound, and I think they're going to get him with the foul. That's one of those where everybody yells over the back, but Jameson Montgomery had great position on Gaines. As Gaines reached over, that's where he's going to draw the foul. So Tesfaye Lyer brings the ball at court, swings it over to Martinez in the left corner. Martinez shot no good. Tesfaye rebound, puts it back, lays it back in for good. Good 46-27. Boomers get the ball, and Hutchins takes a three from the right corner, no good. Lyer comes down. Ooh. He hits Jameson Montgomery in the fast break. Montgomery lays it in from the left side. 46-29 Boomers. Boomers going to again bring the ball up sloppy, but Gaines finds Hutchins underneath the basket on the left side, wide open. It is good. 48-29 Boomers. 5:23 to go in the third. Great defense, Carter Reed, as Lyer tried to pass the ball over to Martinez. Carter Reed got a foot in there and knocked it away.
Yeah, as an outside back on the soccer team, it's a natural instinct.
So Guymon gets the ball in, and Montgomery turnaround jumper, no good. Caden Gaines comes down with the board, quickly gets the ball to Carter Reed. Carter back to Caden Gaines at the top of the key. Gaines going to take the three, no good. Gage Hutchins comes down with the offensive board. His shot is no good. Ball's going to be knocked out of bounds. They're going to say the ball is going to go off Montgomery and stay with the Boomers. So CP inbounds the ball to Gage Hutchins. Hutchins dribbles to his right, finds Carter Reed. Carter with a pull-up jumper from the right elbow, knocks it down. 50-29 Boomers. That is his 6th point of the ball game. So Hernandez has the ball across half court, and a little bit of miscommunication. He throws it to a wide open Isaiah Washington and gets the steal, but then Washington loses the ball, bringing it to the floor. Hernandez knocks it away. He's going to pull up for a three from the right wing, no good. And Keenan is going to get the offensive board. He's going to put it back. Boomers quickly push the ball to the floor. Connor Price hits Carter Reed. Reed kicks it out to Caden Gaines, and boom, he knocks it down from the left corner. Caden's up to 27 points. Boomers lead 53-31 with 4:10 to go in the third. Carter Reed picks up the ball at half court, and now Lyer dribbles to his right. He goes up for a shot, and he is going to be fouled by Carter. That is going to be Carter Reed's 2nd foul of the game and 3rd Boomer foul of the quarter. So Tesfaye Lyer is going to go to the line. And his first free throw is no good. Coming onto the floor for the Boomers, Aaron Laredo. He is going to give Gage Hutchins a break, and then we had 3 different subs coming in for the Guymon Tigers. So Larry's 2nd shot is good. He cuts into the Boomer lead. It's 53-32 Boomers with 4:01 to go. Connor Price brings the ball across half court on the right side. He hits Caden Gaines in the corner, who knocks it down for 3. Caden gets a look at the student section. Student section cheers him as he gets his 30th point of the night. 56-32 Boomers. Boomers trap, and Gaines gets the steal. Hits Carter Reed for an easy fast break layup. 58-32 Boomers with 3:34 to go. So quick, Guymon gets the ball across half court. Hernandez tries to drive, and Aaron Laredo bodies him up and is called for the foul. That's Laredo's first foul, 4th Boomer foul of the quarter. And Jake Graff comes to the floor to give Connor Price a rest. 3:29 to go. Boomers lead 58-32. Lyer has the ball being guarded by Reed. Graff comes over and breaks up the pass, hits Reed in the fast break. Reed with a left-handed layup to extend the lead to 28. Quickly, Boomers again stop Guymon from getting across half court, and Guymon's forced to take a timeout with 3:14 to go in the third. I'm sure it's going to be a 30. I think Coach Germany is going to take a full timeout here. Sealing State Bank now with a branch in Woodward at their new location. They offer full service banking, including personal checking, savings, and home commercial loans, mobile and online banking, wire transfers, and more. M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop. For the best lawn, porch, or patio, M&D Enterprises and Lawnmower Shop are your people. They carry everything you need to make your green space that little piece of heaven you have always dreamed of. Locations at Woodward, Canton, and Weatherford. Smith & Co. Auction and Realty, Oklahoma's real estate and land auction expert. Smith & Co. is your #1 choice for all your land auctions and real estate needs. 580-254-3975 or Ira at smithcorealestate.com. So Chris, it's the Boomers feel like they kind of got in that groove again that they were wanting to get in, especially defensively here to start the second half.
Yeah, there's been a couple, situations where they forced a turnover and it didn't just land in their lap. They forced the turnover and then got buckets behind it. So it's a great opportunity right there to extend the lead.
And Guymon again having trouble getting the inbound. Boomers get the steal. Carter Reed, he finds Jake Graff. Graff goes up with an alley-oop, and Caden Gaines throws it down with 3:05 to go. Boomers have a 30-point lead over Tigers, and yet again there's a turnover, but the Boomers turn it right back over as Zeta tries to drive in, and he's going to be fouled on a layup opportunity. He's going to get 2 shots. Looks like they might get Graff with the foul. That's even though it's a shooting foul, that's going to put the Tigers in the bonus, as Boomers now have 5 fouls in the third quarter. And so Zeta knocks down his first shot. When you hear the student section in our microphones, you know they're getting a little loud. And I think that alley got them fired up a little bit. Zeta misses his second shot. He tries to go quickly in for a rebound. They're going to say he came across the line just a little too quick. So lane violation on Zeta. 2:53 to go. Boomers lead 62-33. Graff brings the ball across midcourt. He finds Carter Reed on the right side of the floor. Reed then tries to hit Caden Gaines. It gets a little high. Miscommunication there is, I think Gaines got a little too far underneath. So turnover, kind of an uncharacteristic turnover for the Boomers right there.
We already had one alley-oop. We've now attempted 3. So it's
Ozeta quickly picked off by Aaron Laredo, and then I believe Laredo is going to be fouled. And Ozeta is going to be, is he the one who charged with the foul? Yes, Ozeta is going to be charged with the foul. That is his first, and I think that was just kind of a frustration foul. Boomers unofficially have had like 5 turnovers this quarter, so the Boomer defense is playing great, jumping in passing lanes. Graff's inbound goes to Laredo. He goes back to Graff, almost picked off. Graff dribbles up, swings it over to Cole Reed, who's come in the game, and Reed turns it over to Zeta. And I believe Reed is going to be charged with a foul on Ozeta. That's Cole Reed, and that's his second foul of the game. And Guymon is going to go to the line in the bonus. So we've had some subs. So on the floor, Mason Boring now into the game for the first time for the Boomers. We also have Laredo Graff, Isaiah Washington, and Cole Reed. Zeta's first free throw is good. Second free throw is no good. Mason Boring comes down with his first rebound of the game, hits Cole Reed. Reed passes it up Laredo, back to Reed. He finds Graff underneath, and Graff is stopped. He passes it out to Washington, who drives to his right, and as he drives in, he's going to be fouled. This foul is going to go against 14 Romeo Morgan, his second foul. Inbound goes to Cole Reed at the top. Reed dribbles in, makes a little spin move, pulls up, jumper, no good. Aaron Laredo comes down with the rebound. Laredo pulls up with the jumper, no good. And Alameu Lyer is going to get the rebound, but he steps out of bounds. He gets the rebound, so he turns it right back over to the Boomers, who's going to inbound underneath their own basket. Graff inbounds to Reed. Reed to Laredo in the right. Laredo back to Reed in the right corner. Boom, he knocks it down. Cole Reed with the three in the right corner, 65-34 Boomers. And Reed picks it off, coming back down. He takes it back in with a 5-point swing of his own with a layup there. Now it's 67-34. Reed with his 5th point in a row. Jose brings ball across. He swings it over to Martinez. And Martinez tries to dump it down to Stelzer on the block, and there's going to be a foul, and I believe the foul's going to go against Jake Graff. And who is going to... They call a intentional? Is that what they called here? It looks like a probably intentional foul. I don't believe it was technical, so Martinez is going to go to the line with nobody in front of him, and he misses the front end of his free throws.
Oh, this must have been on that pick play that was up at the top of the key. It was just a pick and roll, and Jake might have extended his arms, I guess, as he tried to go through that block. That's just what the players are signaling anyways.
So Martinez knocks down his second free throw, but because of the intentional, they're going to get the ball back again with 1:23. And officials missed a sub coming in, so Guymon's going to have a sub before the inbound was made. So minute 23, Boomers lead 67-35 on the Guymon Tigers here in the third quarter. Guymon has the ball, possession error also pointing Guymon's direction. So Martinez gets the ball on the inbound. Martinez dribbles to his right, Carter Reed, or Colt Moore picked him up. He goes up for a shot. Cole Reed blocks it. And then Ozeta with the rebound. Ozeta goes up with a shot. Cole Reed knocks it away again. And the Boomers are going to get possession on the loose ball. So 2 blocks there by Cole Reed. Boring inbounds to Reed. Cole Reed brings the ball across the floor, hits Laredo on the left side. Who goes to Washington. Washington dribbles. He goes up for a shot, no good. Gets his own rebound, puts it back. It is good. 69-35 Boomers lead with a minute to go here in the third quarter. So Lyer brings the ball cross court, being guarded by Boring. He goes to his right. He takes a shot, contested by Cole Reed. No good. Rebound Cole Reed. He hits Laredo going down the left side of the floor. Laredo back out to Cole Reed, who drives in, and he puts up the jumper. It is good. And the Boomers lead 71-35 with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Martinez with the ball. He goes to his right, being guarded close by Colt Moore. Now Alameu Lyer with the ball at the top. He dribbles around, being guarded by Moore. Lyer swings it over to Ozeta. Ozeta with the 3, no good. Aaron Laredo comes down with the rebound. 4 seconds left. Cole Reed with the 3-point opportunity. He airballs it long, and that's how the third quarter quarter closes. Boomers lead the Guymon Tigers here in the Winter Classic After 3, Boomers are up 71-35. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
This back-to-school season, give your home the connection it deserves with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Experience the power of Wi-Fi 6 technology for smoother streaming, gaming, and learning. And with the Go Pioneer Smart Wi-Fi app, managing your home network is a breeze. Choose from multiple plans with symmetrical speeds for lightning-fast uploads and downloads. Get your family school-ready with Go Pioneer Fiber Internet. Sign up today at gopioneer.com.
Life never stops moving. Between the 30-minute commutes, daycare pickups, and that weekend trip to Grandma's, you're racking up the miles. What you need is a tire that can keep up, like the exceptionally long-lasting Michelin Defender tire. With an 80,000-mile warranty and the safety you expect, you can lose track of the miles and focus on what really matters, the memories made along the way. Stop in today at 2220 Main in Woodward to see your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire.
Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse as we start the fourth quarter of tonight's Winter Classic ball game between the Woodward Boomers and the Guymon Tigers. Boomers lead the game 71-35. Tigers have possession here coming out to start the fourth quarter. So Larry inbounds the ball. He gets it to his brother, Alameda. Alameda is driving, then guarded by Boring. He loses control. Boring knocks it away. Cole Reed comes down with the loose ball. Boomers push the ball. He hits Colt Moore, and Colt goes up for a shot opportunity. He is going to be fouled. I think this foul is going to be charged to Kanan Keaton. His first free throw is no good. And Boomers kind of pick up right where they left off here to start the fourth. So Hernandez comes back on the floor for the Boomers. And I think we're going to have a Boomer sub. Nope, not yet. I think he's going to come in for Colt. So Colt's second shot is good. He knocks it down. Boomers lead 72-35. And J.D. Calderon, the senior, comes in for the Boomers. Seen his first varsity action of the year, I believe. So Boomers leads 72-35 with 7:40 to go. Tesfaye Lyer hits Keenan. Keenan with a pull-up jumper just inside the free throw line is no good. And the ball is going to be knocked out of bounds. Martinez inbounds the ball underneath to Lyer, who kind of little spin around hook shot, and he knocks it down. 72-37 Boomers. Boomers quickly get the ball up, and Laredo drives in. He kicks it out to Calderon, who shoots a three, no good, and it hits the top of the backboard and is blown dead. Colt Moore back on the floor now, replacing Isaiah Washington. 7:14 to go. A great look there by JD, though.
Yeah, I mean, he was in the right spot at the right time, and his timing for the shot, everything was good. He'll hit the next one.
So Lyer drives in, dumps it off to Montgomery on the block, who's tied up underneath the basket. It's going to be Boomer's ball. Colt Moore got his hand in there and forced the tie-up. So 7:03, Boomers lead 72-37. Boring inbounds the ball to Cole Reed, who's going to bring the ball up the floor for the Boomers. Cole swings it over to Laredo. Laredo picks up his dribble, but hits Mason Boring, who finds Colt Moore cutting to the basket on the left side for an easy layup. 74-37 Boomers with 6:45 to go in the game. And Lyer dribbles across the right side. He dribbles in, no good. Boomers bat the ball around a little bit. Mason Bourne comes down with it. He hits Cole Reed in the outlet. Reed brings the ball, hits Colt Moore. Moore drives, goes up, no good. Lyer comes down with the rebound, kicks it out to Martinez, who's going to push the ball, or excuse me, Hernandez is going to push the ball to the floor, and he's going to be fouled. And to be honest with you, there's a new Boomer on the floor, and I'm not quite sure who it is. We don't have him on. Do you know who this is?
I don't.
So Guymon's going to have a shot opportunity in the lane. It was Montgomery. He takes a shot. It's no good. Coming down with the rebound is that 32? I think that's,
yes.
And he is not on the roster. So number 32 takes a free throw. He knocks it down. It's good. 32 gets in the stat sheet. Boomers lead 74-38. 6:05 to go. His second 32 lines up for his second shot. No good. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Boomers. 6 minutes ago, looks like they're kind of letting the clock run here. Colt Moore brings the ball to the court. He passes it over to Calderon, who is stripped, but he is going to be stripped by Hernandez. But I think they're going to get Hernandez with the foul. Bennett Smith, okay. Coming on the floor for the Boomers is Bennett Smith. Colt Moore hits Aaron Laredo. Laredo dribbles to his left. Shot is going to be blocked. Blocked by Montgomery. And as Guymon comes down, they miss the layup. Now it's getting a little sloppy. Boomers turn the ball over. Andy Ozeda comes up with the turnover, and then there's going to be a foul. Foul by Calderon. 4:55 to go, running clock here in the fourth quarter. 74-38, Boomers lead. So bringing the ball up is Andy Ozeda. He swings it over to Sitzler. Back to Hernandez, who takes the three, no good. Mason Boring looked like he was going to have the rebound. Never had control, went off his foot out of bounds.
Unfortunate. He went to go grab it, and it went right up through his hands and hit his toe.
And Guymon throws the ball away. Great Plains Bank, Heritage, Trust, Respect. These are the things that make Great Plains Bank great. With deep roots across Oklahoma and Texas, they are in touch with communities in which we live and work. So Boomers get the ball down court. Bennett Smith takes a jumper, no good. Brought in by Aaron Laredo. Laredo goes up, no good. Mason Bourne with the offensive board. He turns around, puts it back. Laredo gets an offensive board, and he goes back up, and the ball is knocked out of bounds.
Multiple opportunities. They're just all on top of each other through that.
So quickly, 3:40 to go. Guymon pushes the ball back up the floor. Stelzler on the block. He just gives a little bit of a bump to Smith, and he gets the ball in. 74-40 with 3:28 to go. Colt Moore hits Mason Boring. Mason with a bad pass. Ball's knocked away. And Hernandez pushes the ball up to Stelzler's ball. Gets a little wild. He pushes the ball back out. Now Hernandez has the ball on the right side, being guarded by Mason Boring. And the ball is thrown away. Mason comes up with the steal. He dribbles in. Shot up, no good by the Boomers. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. And it's going to go to Guymon. Compass Athletics, from sports equipment to championship trophies and everything in between. 2024 Main and Woodward, 580-256-7045. Hernandez brings the ball, slips, guarded by Calderon. He gets away from him. He goes up for a layup on the right side, no good. Bennett Smith pulls down the rebound. Calderon pushes the ball. Mason Boring. Mason is stopped on the block, and he is going to be, looks like he is going to be fouled by Stelzler. Boomers inbound the ball. 3-point shot, no good. Bennett Smith comes up with the rebound, and Hernandez knocks the ball away. So Boomers turn the ball over. He pushes the ball up the floor, goes up for a wild layup, no good. Aaron Laredo pulls the rebound in. Laredo pushes the ball to the right side. Looks like he's going to try to take it all the way in for 2. He misses his shot. Mason Boring comes down with the rebound, and he puts it in there. 76-40. Boomers have a 36-point lead with 1:40 to go here in the fourth quarter. Guymon trying to get an opportunity with Ozeta. Ozeta dribbles around. Mason Boring guarding him. Ozeta dribbles all the way around. Wild shot, but he gets it up, knocks it down. 76-42 with 1:19 to go. Laredo brings the ball across half court, guarded by Hernandez. And Laredo dribbles to his left and throws the ball away. Ozeta then tries to bring the ball down the floor, loses control of the ball. Ball goes out of bounds to the Boomers. A minute to go. Ball's inbounded to Laredo. Laredo hits Bennett Smith. Smith with a three-pointer, wild three-pointer. He wants that opportunity to get in the score sheet. The wild three-pointer hits the top of the backboard. It goes out of bounds. 48 seconds left. Andy Ozeta brings the ball across the floor for Guymon. Coach Germany just kind of tells him to pull it back, be smart about it. Ozeta dribbles, being guarded closely by Calderon. Ozeta loses control of the ball, somehow regains control, goes up for a layup. Boring brings it down. Boring with a fast break layup, and it's good. That's Boring's fourth point of the game. 20 seconds left, 78-42 Boomers. And Ozeta being guarded closely by J.D. Calderon, and Calderon reaches in there and is called for the foul. 13.6 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Inbound goes to Ozeta. Ozeta tries to go down. Seltzer, he loses control. 9.7 seconds. Ball's inbounded to Laredo. 8 seconds. And the Boomers are going to get one last opportunity. And it is no good. Boomers get the win over the Guymon Tigers to move to 2-2 on the season. They beat the Guymon Tigers 78-42 here in the first round of the WHS Winter Classic. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here to Boomer Fieldhouse to wrap this up. You're listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
You tackle an endless to-do list every day. It may seem like a thankless job, but you know better. It's the little things that matter most. That's why you'll appreciate the enduring value of the Michelin Defender tire. Designed for doers like you, Michelin's longest-lasting tire keeps you on the go longer, so you have one less thing to worry about on your next road trip. Stop in today for miles of uncompromised safety and performance. Visit your local Michelin dealer, High Plains Tire, at 2220 Main in Woodward.
Feel safe and secure with Arlo Wireless Outdoor Camera, available at Pioneer. Arlo offers top-notch protection with crystal clear video quality, rain or shine. Monitor your home from anywhere with remote smartphone access, whether you're at home or on the go. Arlo keeps you connected to what matters most. Trust Arlo and Pioneer to keep your home safe and secure. Visit GoPioneer.com to get your Arlo wireless cameras today.
Welcome back to Boomer Fieldhouse. I'm Chris Godwin. Boomers win. They moved to 2-2 on the season after a 78-42 victory here in the first round of the WHS Winter Classic. R5 Custom Embroidery. When you work with R5 Custom Embroidery, you can count on a quick, fun, and enjoyable process with results that consistently exceed your expectations. Come chat with their screen printers about customized apparel. 817 Main Street in Woodward or 580-256-3579. And Western Drug at 1021 Oklahoma in Woodward has friendly and caring staff and a drive-through window that is convenient. Always excellent service. 580-256-5586. Chris, what's some of our final numbers?
We've got quite a bit of players that have got on the scoreboard. So we've got Mason Boring with a run right there at the end with 4. Holt Moore had 3. Isaiah Washington had 4. Jake Graff had 2. Connor Summit had 2. Gage Hutchins had 9. Connor Price had 3. Carter Reed had 10. His younger brother Cole Reed had 9. And then leading the Boomers, Caden Gaines with 32. Over on the Guymon Tigers side, we had Tesfaye Lyer with 17. And then underneath him, we had his brother with 6. And Stelter with 3. Didn't have number 1's name, but he had 2. Martinez with 3. Keenan with 2. Montgomery with 4. And then Ozeta with 2.
So, looking at our Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game, who do you think we should go with?
Numbers don't lie. I mean, you look at early on in the game. First, I'll just say the player of the game's got to be Caden Gaines. He creates a level of comfort for this team to where the pressure's not every bucket, because he's making them. You give him the ball outside the perimeter, he's hitting the corner threes. He's hitting the top of the key threes. He's driving in the bucket. He's had a couple dunks, easy layups. He's having all that stuff. But there's other players that kind of go into the conversation. Early on, yes, he only had 3 points. However, there was a huge matchup discrepancy between Connor Price and Tesfaye Lear. And Connor held his own. He battled. I'm not going to say that that would destitute his player of the game. However, it was a huge factor for, I'll just be honest, I think Tesfaye is very comfortable with the bucket. I think he can score at will if you want, He was the go-to guy for Guymon. We just had a lot of guys that were really competitive and fast and aggressive. And there's just one. It's somewhat easily to tame the tiger, right? See how I played that? But on the Boomer squad, we had multiple guys get on the score sheet. There's a lot of play that went well. Carter Reed had a breakout third quarter. Cole Reed came in and scored 5 points within 4 seconds. There's a lot of good things on this team, and a lot of accolades could go a lot of different directions. Right now, Caden's on a good run. Last game, there was a debate, right? Well, there was a huge debate between
Gage played well.
Gage Hutchins with his career high 19, or go with Caden Gaines. And either way, we gotta nominate somebody. Caden Gaines creates a level of comfort for this team, and he rightfully deserved. And I don't think anyone would look a different direction with his name attached to that title.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like what Caden does brings to this team. It allows it to be a much more complete team, because it takes pressure off some other guys that their strengths are in other places. They don't have to be relied on to try to force opportunities, and things like that. So the Bank of Western Oklahoma player of the game is going to go to Caden Gaines. Bank of Western Oklahoma goes beyond banking. No matter where you are, the Bank of Western Oklahoma is always close. Find a location near you at bankofwesternoklahoma.com. So as the Boomers come up with a 78-42 win, they move into the winner's bracket tomorrow. They're going to take on UConn at 7:20, while Guymon falls into the consolation bracket. They'll play the 2 o'clock game against Liberal JV, and then the other consolation game at 11:20 for the boys, Woodward JV. Is going to follow the Woodward JV girls game. They open the day, but Woodward JV boys are going to play at 11:20. They're going to go up against Perryton, while Elk City is going to face Liberal in the 4:40 winners bracket game. So be sure to check right back here on Z92 tomorrow night. I believe Tyler is going to be back in the building, and will do a much better job than me. But the voice of the Boomers will be back in for the girls game tomorrow, as the Woodward girls take on UConn at 6 o'clock, and the Boomer boys take on UConn at 7:20. So for the final time tonight, here at Boomer Fieldhouse, I want to thank Sean Kelly back at the studio, pushing the buttons, making all this happen. Chris Godwin, thanks for filling in, jumping in tonight. Did a great job. I'm Eric Scott. You've been listening to Boomer Basketball on Z92 and Boomer TV.
You've been listening to Woodward Boomer Sports on News Talk Sports Z92. Follow the Boomers all